Hi, welcome to the 1 Liter Podcast. You will watch us drinking 1 liters of beer whilst talking about shies. Please like and subscribe. Welcome to the 1 Liter.
Prost!
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 Big lean.
Stretch over
There we go. We got some new special guests today. Who have we got here? We got Shaun. He's one of our, I think, biggest fans.
Avid listeners.
Avid listener.
Yeah, I am.
I think every episode, or
Well, Joel told me to check out the first episodes because he said they were shit.
oh yeah, okay. So you skipped how many?
Probably like 30 maybe?
Probably 30. I'm trying to explain something to him.
30? And then we got Dani. She's
Ciao ragazzi, questo è Dani dall'Italia. Benvenuti in questo 1 litro podcast. 1 litro, 1 litro, 1 litro,
Yeah.
ragazzi dall'Italia.
That's her inside voice. Every single time.
Finalmente potete capire cosa sta succedendo qua.
All right, so we will get subtitles for everyone. So
no idea what you just said.
Sean's, for those listening, Sean's my older brother and Danny is his lovely Italian partner. And we're joined at Philip's sister's home in Beenleigh.
on the road.
Brisbane, Queensland.
The 1 liter travel edition.
Travel edition. We're all here because obviously our families are from Queensland, so we're visiting in this sweltering fucking cesspool that is
Yeah, you might see a bit of shiny foreheads going on.
a bit of
with
perspiration.
the sweat.
It is hot, to
It's
say the
hot.
least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very hot.
hot.
Well, you guys are from Melbourne, so it's
Well,
well.
well,
How long were you down there for?
basically most of the year.
Okay.
Most of the year we're down in Victoria.
Do you
That's
think
how we
you-
met.
Do you think
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
acclimatise quickly to that?
Nah, bro.
No.
I'm not about that Queensland hot life anymore.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't do it.
And you did a couple of seasons in Canada as well.
Yeah,
the whole
I've
snowboarding.
done 2 years in Canada.
Mm.
And then I came back. I've done a season in Perisher. Wait, 2 seasons in Perisher and 1 in Mount Buller, where I met this.
Hi, this is where we
Tell me.
met in Mambulla, not Mambuller, as we'll say in Italia, Mambulla, Australia mate.
You better get some. You better get some Italian friends listening to this, because anyone that's listening here,
Assolutamente, assolutamente, ragazzi, non mi preoccupate, ci penso io.
anyone listening here, they're gonna be like, "What is she
Sean,
saying?"
Sean, what's he saying? What's Danny saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't-
Sean, have you been learning?
Well,
What have
she-
you been doing?
She gave me a Lonely Planet book that I received on Christmas Day.
Oh.
And I know 3 things.
Okay.
Go for it.
So you got it on Christmas Day. Today is what's today? The 31st of December, the last day of 2023. What have you learned, man? It's been 6
Ooh.
days.
I have learnt Goza,
Goza?
which is what? Puzzolo, which she calls me all the time because she says I stink.
Oh,
And
Yeah, Sean's got some bad
Goza?
bowel movements sometimes. I'm talking biological weapons, bro.
Oh man,
that's some brother love.
Yeah. Danny, just describe that. The
what can I
carnage.
say?
Describe the
What
carnage.
can I say?
How do you pronounce that word? Bolla, what is it?
Cosa? Puzzolo.
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 What is-
Puzzolo.
What does that mean?
Puzzolo something that smell.
Something
Mm.
that smells.
Fart.
Puzzolo.
Puzzolo.
His fart is puzzolo. Is that how you?
Yeah.
I don't know how
Puzzolo.
you
But
would
at
use it.
some point, when I sleep in the swag, he opened the door of the swag.
Okay,
Okay,
said-
so
You know what swag's
let me
like?
add some backstory to this. So
Here we go.
I've got no recollection of opening the swag window. Apparently, I farted in my sleep, and I've just slept opened.
He knows what's going
it's
on.
like muscle memory. Eh?
So I've just let one rip and just.
Now, look, I feel like this is a thing. I feel like this is a thing because when I'm home by myself, you obviously just let it rip whenever.
Oh, for sure.
But when you're with
Beyblades.
But when you're with your partner, right? And even when I'm sleeping in the bed next to her, I feel like I don't fart during my sleep. Maybe when I'm in deep sleep and I don't know. But whenever I wake up to go to the toilet, I'm like, whoa, I'm built up with gas here. That normally doesn't happen when I'm by myself. It's just all in my room.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
really, I think that's a thing. I think
Yeah.
you'd know. So you would have known. You would have been like, oh, I've let one off. I better
Yeah.
air that shit out.
Yeah.
My body went into autopilot. You know,
Yeah.
'cause-
What's the third word that you know in Italian?
so what's the first?
Puzzolo, cosa.
Cosa?
What's one that I use all the time?
Sì, capo. Sì, yes, boss.
Oh yeah, that's
Capo.
Always, all the time.
Oh,
That's the main
okay.
one.
Because like I've watched
Capo boss.
docos on American Mafia, and they'll be like, "He's the capo," so that's the boss.
Boss.
true. So
What is consigliere? Does that mean something? Consigliere.
Consiglierei.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Suggest.
A jest.
Suggest.
Oh, suggest.
Suggest.
Right. And
What-
what about? There's one other word. La Costa Nostra. What does that say? That's what
Our cost.
our family.
Our cost.
Our cost.
Yeah, our cost. Cost, like the cost.
Oh, coast.
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 Oh,
yeah.
Our
True.
coast.
Like Gold
Our
Coast.
coast.
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
Because
Gold
that's what
Coast.
Italian mafia.
Coast.
They don't call themselves the mafia. They call themselves La Costa Nostra. So like.
Are you sure you're talking about
See,
do you know who you're talking to?
This is
You know
like
who you're
Fluri
talking to?
Fluri.
Yeah.
Fluri
Tutti
Fluri.
frutti, Montebello.
I got tutti frutti. Yeah. Montebello, tutti frutti.
Fluri Fluri.
Mm.
Well, that's the
Okay,
word. What was the word of the day the other day?
Yeah. What was
Word
it?
of the day.
What was the word of the day
Yes.
the other day?
Yes. Can you remember that?
I can't.
What do you eat first in the morning? What do you have first in the morning?
Do you eat
Coffee.
cereal?
Coffee.
Colaziano. I've just butchered
What is that?
Oh, I remember I said this word this morning. Calaziana.
Colaziano.
Costelliana.
Questa è la costa italiana.
Anything with how or licorola sounds Italian. So I was like, we can get away with it. Yeah.
You're close. You can do it. Co.
Laziano.
La.
Colaziana.
Just say it, Danny. Put us out
She's
of
very
our misery.
proud.
Colazione.
Colazione. Of course. Why do I not know that? Why do I not know that? Huh?
Colazione.
This is all just.
Yeah.
Throat.
This whole episode will just be all of us
on the
just trying to say
fridge.
Italian.
Yeah.
With colazione.
And have you noticed, like, you can't help but throw a hand gesture in there? It's so vibrant.
dis-
It's
It's
a part.
involuntary, you know? Like
Yeah.
I
you
know.
just-
I'm like, basta!
That would be a funny. That'd be a funny skit where it's just like you tie an Italian down and you have to say they have to say a really
Oh.
aggressive sentence, and their hands are like glued down. They're like, I can't say it without my hands. You know?
Danny, but did you hear about the Italian chef that died?
Who? No, that's sad. No, don't want to talk
Nah,
about
he-
that.
He passed away.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
What can I
Good
say?
picture of that right there. What are you gonna-
He ran out of time.
oh, shit.
Go on, Daddy. That's good. That's
Dire.
good.
Adesso è d'ora. Uno,
I'm out.
due, tre. Ciao
Oh,
ragazzi,
see you later.
benvenuti. Un litro podcast con Dani. Solo Dani. Adesso solo Dani.
We will
Adesso
get
in poi
subtitles,
just
everyone listening.
Dani, just
We
Dani.
will,
Yeah.
unless we get a
free?
translator.
Bye.
Yeah, true.
There's no subtitles. I will not be trying to figure this out.
So
That's
we all
okay,
have
guys.
we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, how the year's been for everyone, what everyone's got planned in the new year.
The New Year's resolutions
Yeah.
on the last day of December. We're going to be talking about
Ooh.
what are we going to do for the
And-
all year next year that's
Yeah.
going to last about a week,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
especially for Joel.
Yeah, my willpower is low, but I'm working on it.
So,
But,
Joel, what did you say off camera before this? What's your.
I'm not like it's hard to. Do you know when you get drunk and then the next day you're hungover, you're like, I'm never going to drink again, and then like a couple of days later, you're like, well, fuck it, I feel better now. Why not? Let's go for it. I'm starting to really, really just hate alcohol, but I weigh my dislike for alcohol with a good time. I know if I'm going to drink, I'm going to have a good time at the expense of my wallet and my health. But I don't want to drink anymore after tomorrow. You know, like I'm tired of drinking.
After tomorrow, everyone. Joel's resolution. I mean, that's like a very common New Year's resolution. I'm not going to drink, but
For sure.
this is the first time we have actually said that, Joel and I. I never said from tomorrow. I'm going to do it from when I get back to Sydney. I'm going to enjoy my time here and drink some fun juice.
Mhm.
But
And
after
juice.
that,
Flaming Jews, Philip. What the fuck, man?
oh
come on,
Joel.
No. Wait, can I just say though? Do you know what I think I've been needing? I haven't had any steaks. The steaks haven't been high because obviously it's like
I thought you were talking about eating
That's
a
not-
steak.
No, look.
I haven't been having steak, so obviously I'm going to drink.
You got to go to the Norman Bee for that.
I've been
Gotta
so
be-
distraught.
Gotta go where?
You got to go to Norman Bee for that.
Norman Bee,
Yeah,
Norman Bee
yeah.
steak.
Pub feed. But I think like I didn't drink I didn't drink all those times because I didn't really have a need to go out and drink. So I did like 6 or 7 years without drinking. I'd maybe have 2 drinks a year and I didn't need it. But
Yeah.
now being in Sydney, it's such a social place. Like you need to drink. So, but I think if I give myself kind of like, if I raise the stakes, then I might not need to drink. So if
How are you
I,
going to raise the stakes?
well, if I say, I'll fucking cut one of my pinkies off or like, I'll,
do you know what?
It's hard. It's hard to do.
Without you going real crazy and cutting one of your pinkies off, we are documenting this.
Yeah.
So you're going to be accountable to all of our 3 listeners.
Yeah.
My mum, my dad, and Shaun.
This is true.
And David. So we got at least 4.
Yeah, this is true. But I was even going to consider like it's hard because if I had a partner, then I could say, here's like $500. I'll pay. I'll like give me this.
Give me this $500 if I don't have a drink until March.
Exactly. Yeah, but obviously I can't do it with you because you can't monitor me, and I clearly deceive you. So, but I think
Clearly.
But I think you just got to knuckle down and do it on your own, right? You just got to like.
So this is Joel
respect
speaking.
yourself.
This is Joel speaking. I have a liter of Hollandia beer. Joel has got a liter of pink Chardonnay at 13%.
Certo.
So it's a lot stronger than me. That's 8 standard drinks versus 4 standard drinks.
But the depressing thing is like this will obviously get me drunk and I'll be inebriated, but I won't be like because we've been drinking this shit a whole fucking year, dude.
Yeah.
Me and this guy drinking like full bottles of sangria plus chasers.
You guys are going in.
That's true.
Yeah, our livers are like
Machines. And what have you got, Danny?
Sophie, 9
Yeah,
liter.
Danny, grab the Sophie bottle and hold it up to the Gamrito.
Spettatori italiani, Italian public, Aperol,
Sophie?
this is Sophie is stronger. Like
So what? It's strong.
What is the percentage on that?
16.
Oh shit!
Okay.
So please,
Danny's
So
gonna be
hang on.
speaking perfect English after this. She's like, "Oh, listen, guys, I think
we don't want to
it's
die.
like
I mean,
reverse.
just for reference for all the listeners, though,
Yes.
you've poured yourself a very small version of that 16% because you're like, this is 16%, let's not be silly. And Joel has poured himself a whole bottle of 13%. That's only a
Yes.
3%
That's right.
difference.
It's 8 standard drinks
Well-
apparently.
Which is the difference between an Italian drinker and an Australian drinker,
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
because they're
Exactly.
they're
Right?
measured.
Say-
They measure themselves. Yeah,
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
the true inspiration, though, Shaun, what have you got in your
We've
1 litre?
got some
Stein.
non-alcoholic Coopers.
Non-alcoholic Coopers. You hear that, guys?
So Sean's already reached the level that I want to be at. Sean, how long have? Because obviously you've never had a drinking problem to the point where it's detrimental to your health completely, like
to
an
a point where you
alcoholic.
drink
but-
a litre of beer every Friday and then some more afterwards.
But you've been a consistent drinker as like a standard Australian male, right? So what? Obviously, we can
I
discuss.
was a weekend binge drinker, basically.
Right.
So Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
you go to work, whatever, maybe the occasional one throughout the week, but for
Yeah.
the most part, it was just Friday to Sunday, let's get on it, you know?
Let's get on
Let's
it.
get on it.
And what are we talking binge drinking? Like we're talking
2
maybe,
6-packs.
maybe a 6-pack on Friday night with a couple of cans of Bundy,
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
juice.
Fine juice.
And then
Yeah.
that is fun
Saturday-
juice.
That's pirate water, eh?
It's pirate piss.
Yeah, pirate piss. Yeah.
Fun juice and pirate water. I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, some couple of cans of pirate water. And then Saturday night would probably be repeat, maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'd get some finer beers go from maybe the Milton Mangoes or the Coops to maybe some Hans. Maybe some
Hans.
something
Super
cool.
dry?
Und Becks.
Undbecks, maybe.
Becks.
Yeah.
Maybe something cool I don't even know about, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just
Like a whole meal of food.
Do you ever get on the ales or?
I did. I liked my ales. I loved my craft beers too. You know?
Mm.
Are you guys craft beer drinkers? I know Joel can drink whatever.
Yeah, but because like I remember back in the day when I first turned the age of drinking and we used to play in bands and stuff, we'd always go out. We'd always drink IPAs, and I was absolutely I can drink IPAs obviously, but I lost a real passion for IPAs after a while. Like
Yeah.
like if I've been drinking a regular beer all night and then someone gives me an IPA, I'm like, ugh. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll drink it, but it's ugh, you know.
So I'm a German and I tried to get a little bit on the ale train. Like I tried to do a bit of Stone and Wood, and I was like, yeah, this is
Okay.
pretty tasty, but I'm off it. like I'm
You're a
just
lager
You don't like
boy.
Stone
I'm
and Wood?
just lager. Wherever there is lager, like Stone and Wood make a lager, but if it's, I will never order an ale
Okay.
out. it'll always be a crispy lager.
Crispy
something
lager.
dry, crispy.
Well, it's a safe bet, the lagers. They taste good anywhere pretty much, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're in Germany, like, would you order a lager or are you going that?
the Weizen, or is that what you're talking about?
I don't know what that is.
Would I get the wheat beer or the?
Would you get like a.
The Weizen's like a darker, it's heavier.
The Weizen's like the real hazy stuff. It,
Oh,
it
yeah.
like tastes like bread, basically.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
got-
you're drinking a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's real good.
Would you class this as Weiss? Like white? Like
so
light,
this is
sorry?
hell.
Helles.
So we
Helles?
call this Helles, which is light in color. Not light as in light in alcohol
Light in
strength.
alcohol,
but
yeah.
Sean, do you know what the opposite to Helles is?
What?
Zwei Dunkeljungen.
dunkel.
Oh,
Dunkel, dark.
Yeah,
Dark.
couple
So
of dark
dunkel.
boys.
So you literally ask for a dunkel or a Helles,
Mm,
Oh, okay.
but they're all lagers.
yeah.
Just the color is different.
Mm.
Yeah.
We've had some. We've gone through all of them, but I have to say, despite the fact that my body doesn't really agree with wheat anymore, like the Weissen's so good.
Oh yeah.
It's so
It's good beer. But look,
Fuck.
you know, like I'll always have a lager, but nothing will compare to the Reinheitsgebot of the German beers. Do you know about the Reinheitsgebot?
I do not.
So the Reinheitsgebot is
The
it's
law
it's
of
literally
purity.
well, it's literally translates to the purity offering. It's not actually a
Oh,
law, otherwise it would be Reinheitsgesetz.
The old one you had, yeah.
Yeah, Reinheitsgebot is like purity offering, which means the beer can only have the main 4 ingredients in it. You can't put anything else in it.
Shit.
So most traditional German beers are brewed to that standard.
So it
and
must be
it'll
pure.
say on the bottles that it's brewed to that standard.
Oh, shit.
Whereas here, it could have whatever the fuck in it.
This
as
thing
well.
says the Reinheitsgebot, enacted in Bavaria in 1516, restricted the ingredients in beer to barley, hops, and water.
Right.
Three.
So I'm not sure if Phil told me this, but I did speak to a German, or someone living in Germany, and they told me when you go over there. No, yes, this is perfect. One of my local breweries just opened up in Botany, and they sell like German wines and stuff. And I went, oh, that's cool. Do you know of the Reinheitsgebot? Out of a joke, he's like, yeah, I know it. I lived in like fucking Munich for like 3 years. I was like, cool. He's like some what's the word, hipster looking ginge dude with a beard. And he said to me, he's like, over there, he was working at bars, and let's say you've got all beers on tap, which are adhere to the Reinheitsgebot, and let's say they go, you know what, let's add like a spritz or like a food coloring or something into this beer. Like, and if someone finds out about it, like an official, they'll go over there and they'll get fined. Like, they're not going to shut the place down, but they'll fine you like a serious amount of money. They're like, no, it's got to be the purity law. It's got to be the agreement. So that's how fucking cool it is. But I love you. I don't think I've drank enough German beer with you for you to appreciate the difference between like a real tinny actinic fucking rusted flavored Australian beer, and then when you drink a German beer, it's just like a smooth, organic oakiness to it. I can't have German beer all the way.
It's, and I don't know if it's like because we talk it up so much, whether there is some part placebo as well. But when you go over there, it definitely
Surely.
tastes different. Like
What,
you could drink
in
a
Germany?
liter. You could drink a liter so much easier.
Well, I've had beers in Munich before. I've done a
There you go.
Kentucky.
There you go.
They are good. I'm not gonna lie.
You
They
get a
are good.
Kentucky-
I done a shoey out of my
Oh.
dirty Vans, which I then proceeded to give one of the other Kentucky people a shoey out of my Vans,
Wow.
which he happily drank.
Wow.
Or I forced him to drink, and he drank it.
Wow. And that probably still tasted better than a VB.
It literally did.
Fucking oath. Sean,
Out of a dirty old shoe.
do you know what's funny? You go to put your Vans back on, and it's like pristine clean. You're like, it smells like air freshener. There's even like flowers coming out of it. You're like, thanks, Reinheitsgebot. You know? So that's my New Year's resolution, health wise, would be to not drink. But my goal is to produce more content with acting.
Yep.
Nice.
Let's take it over to Geet Man. What's yours?
Well, I'm going to follow suit on the no drinking. I'm going to happily do the 0% alcohol beers for the podcast. You're obviously not going to do that for the wheat.
I'm gonna find
reasons.
I'm gonna find something else I like to drink that I can drink 1 liter of and not be like, oh, this is too much.
They do because it's becoming much more popular than it used to be, the not drinking alcohol. So there's a lot more. You can get like alcohol-free cocktails and shit from Woolies.
Interesting.
So you can buy a lot of things that are flavored, that are nice. You can pour a 1 liter of. It's probably going to have a lot of sugar though.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to just stick to the 0% beers.
I like something with a bit of bite though. Like I reckon I could probably get away with just like 1 liter of kombucha or something.
Oh,
You know?
that's going to clean up your gut
Oh,
real
I'm
hard.
gonna be shitting rainbows for sure. Yeah.
It goes with the seasons, believe me. Like if you're doing non-alcoholic stuff, you might start off with like the Asahis or the Hinds and stuff like that, but sooner or later you get sick of it real quick.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, you got to change it up.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
Well, I figured the non-alcoholic as a tool would just be because I've been keeping a few in the fridge anyway.
Okay. Yep.
Because when you're like, oh, it's really hot, I feel like a cold beer. You just have one non-alcoholic, and there's no motivation to have more because you only have more beers to get more drunk.
But that's right. Yeah.
So
You're
you have
chasing the
one-
dragon.
Yeah, you have the one non-alcoholic drink, and then you're like, okay, my thirst for that taste of beer is now quenched.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're good.
Yep.
So it's really just a tool to wean yourself off it.
Definitely.
But in saying that, the reason we did till March, or was it even the reason, or was it a
We just
coincidence?
suggested 3 months.
Yeah,
because
okay,
it's
we suggested
easier.
3 months, but you do realize we have a boat party in March, so that's probably what's going to be either. There's going to be 2 scenarios here for a boat party. You're either going to go, okay, I've done my 2.5 months of no drinking. I'm going to let loose at this boat party, or you're going to be like, well, I've done 2.5 months. I'm feeling good. I'm just going to not drink at this boat party and still have a good time.
Well,
Well,
again, I'm taking another leaf out of Sean's book because Sean's like a living example of what I want to be doing with the not drinking, which we didn't really. We'll touch more on your process of not drinking as well, but Sean's had multiple opportunities, especially around the Christmas season, to break his fast and have a drink, but he's not going to. However, we will touch on the fact that you guys are going to Southeast Asia in a couple of weeks, and you mentioned to me the other day, Sean, that you might have a sneaky drink because you're in Thailand. The beers are like
you're in Thailand.
50 cents,
Yeah,
whatever,
50
so-
cents for
Exactly.
a tally of
like.
Heineken from the
It's so cheap.
service station. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that, Geek. Maybe I'll only drink on occasions, which worked for me. Like I was doing that for years.
Yeah.
So, but that boat party in March, bro, I'm not drinking leading up to that, especially because I've gained so much weight over this Christmas period.
But you think that's the booze?
Oh yeah,
It could
absolutely.
be the booze.
Oh,
I mean,
it's booze and a lot of
It's
bloating
definitely
from
a
wheat.
factor for sure.
We did just talk
Yeah.
about the science of alcohol calories. I don't know. Did you listen to the very last
I
one?
missed that one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
alcohol calories are actually dead calories. So if you everyone's like, oh, drink spirits because it's less calories. It still has calories, but they don't store.
Oh,
It's a very
okay.
strange thing. But
Right.
as soon as you then have your late night kebab, that adds on top of those daily calories, and that's just going to store.
Yeah.
That's just blown Danny's mind.
Yes.
That's how that works.
That's legit.
See?
Alcohol
Really?
calories.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Alcohol
Yeah.
calories, they just add to your count of total calories, but they are not the things that are going to get stored. Everything else that you eat around it is going to get stored.
And then
As
absorbs
fat.
the
Right.
alcohol in, and yeah, it's like it sucks. It's a
Danger.
vacuum. Yeah.
Right.
Danger.
So Phil, you've got
Mhm.
the idea that we're both not going to drink, but what's your main goal? It doesn't have to be health based, but what's
Oh, okay. So, like in the new year,
Getting
what do
a
I
new
want to be
whip?
focusing on? Getting a new whip?
yeah.
No, I've got. Yeah, maybe if my new whip that I've got ordered arrives, I got to get a new job. I'm going for an internal
Okay.
promotion.
Phil,
So, yeah.
Phil.
Yeah, poor. Like, here's a funny thing. I got to cut you off real quick. So, Phil, like Sean and Phil, you guys are the same. Like, as long as I've known,
Same.
no, Phil. As long
Oh.
as I've known Phil, and as long as I've known Sean, they've always had
How long
somewhat
have
of
you known Sean?
my whole life.
We go
right?
way, we go way back.
exactly. But they've always had good skin and like solid abs. Like Phil, like
That's true.
Sean doesn't work out.
That
like,
is correct.
like Phil doesn't work out as Sean doesn't work out as much as Phil, but Sean's always had a very, very solid physiques. So like, fuck, where am I going with this?
I don't know where you're
Thanks.
going, but keep it
Thanks,
going.
Joel. Thanks,
what
Joel.
we talking about?
Me
Really?
getting an internal promotion.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So I've always known Phil to be a very healthy human being, mentally and physically. The most positive person I met. You know, he takes a step back before he opens his mouth and considers things. That's why I appreciate hanging around Phil so much because he keeps me grounded. Like I jump to conclusions very quickly, and Phil's like, "Listen, you fucker," you know. So I'm very, very grateful.
I
to have,
say it very differently too. I'm like,
Yeah.
but Joel, have you considered?
yeah, he's yeah. So, but it's crazy because his immune system's been shit. I'm like his fucking doctor or some shit. His immune system's been compromised lately. He's been sick.
My immune system has not been the Hulk lately.
So
because
you
usually-
shot on.
he's been downtrodden and stuff. It's because of his current career. And so we can touch on this now. But what I'm saying is, if Phil can find a new job, I would be, he's a mate, so I want my mate to be healthy and happy. And
yeah, I've not been happy in my current role, so that's why I'm going for this internal different role. So hopefully I get that. That should smoothen things out a bit, and I can focus on other things. I can focus on doing more podcast content for all our fans. They're yearning for it.
your partner M's planning on taking you back to England to meet her family.
Going to
like
Europe.
you met her family, but like,
This is all stuff that I need to sort out and fund. That's the main thing, because I've been living by myself in Sydney. It's pretty expensive. So
it certainly helped having a happier, positive lifestyle, I guess.
So yeah, you're right, because my immune system is normally the Hulk. Like I'll
dude staunched COVID in like 2 days over a night. Didn't you staunch COVID overnight?
It got me for one solid day, and it got me good though. It got me good. Like I normally don't get sick. Like I'll have a thing in my throat, and I'll be like, oh, I can feel whatever everyone else has just had, and I'll go to bed early that night, and I will take things like the normal cold and flus just so I sleep through it, but then I'll just kill it, and it'll be gone the next day. And then COVID, it did get me, and even the shot got me. Because I ended up getting the vaccine. I didn't want to, but I ended up getting it because I had to for work.
Right.
And that got me pretty good. Like I had cold shivers in the hot shower.
Like immediately after the
jab.
The jab?
So I had the jab in the afternoon, I think. So afternoon, then I got home and I was like, oh, I'm feeling fine. And then like getting ready for bed. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have a shower. And I'm like shivering in the hot shower. I'm like, this is real hitting me.
Spike's going to go up my ass.
Yeah. So that happened. And then after that, like I think a month or two later, I caught it. Both me and my ex-partner caught it pretty good. So we were actually in Queensland. We managed to get to Queensland for visiting family for Christmas as well.
Brownie. Didn't Brownie give it to you?
Brownie?
Our friend Brownie
Josh
from
Brown.
high school.
Fucking Brownie,
Fucking Brown Herb.
He actually, so we met up with him. Well, I met up with him at the Gold Coast. Then I had to go home earlier that time, and my ex was going to stay for another week because they had an apartment in Broadbeach. So she's like, oh, I'll stay here and work from home. I'm like, yeah, cool. And as I'm driving home, I did the whole drive from Brisbane to Sydney by myself, 9 hours with the dog in the car. So I literally had like drive-through Maccas and a couple
Shut the fuck up back there.
Yeah. No, he was so chill.
Was he sitting in your lap half the time, or just in the passenger seat?
No, I had in the back because I did harness him. I harnessed him and put him on like a seatbelt clip.
Yeah,
and then he had his, like, I had one of those, those Instagram beds, the real fluffy ones with the furry fluffy ones. I had one of those.
Luxury dog.
So he was just chilling in that. Well, it's really good in the car because they don't feel like they're wobbling around because it's like all like a cloud. So he's just chilling.
So part of the design is for stability in a car?
It's because they love it.
Right.
But it just worked out real well for the car. Yeah. So he was in that the whole time, a couple of toilet stops all the way through. And at the end of it, I was like, oh, it must just be the long drive, but I'm feeling a bit. And then my ex is texting me. She's like, I'm feeling fucked up. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she takes a test. She's like, I've got hard COVID. Like immediately after putting the thing on, the line just went red. Just went boom. And I was like, oh, great. So it fucked her up for like a whole week. And I wasn't even there. Like her parents were there with her. So I was like, good luck. But then I obviously got it as well. But yeah, it was pretty bad, like sweats and stuff through the night. But I killed it in like a day and a bit. Like it knocked me down for 2 days.
Solid effort.
Given your current disposition now and the way you're feeling about your job, do you think that COVID would have lasted a lot longer?
Probably would have fucked me up. Like I've pretty much caught every little virus that's gone around lately, and it hasn't like knocked me down to the point where I haven't been going to work, but it's been like roughing me up and like feeling weak and lethargic and stuff like that.
So are we talking about stress, or what are we?
Yeah, I'm thinking just like unhappy with what I'm currently doing and a bit of stress. Yeah, bit of financial stress. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, I do.
Do you guys get those
Actually, I
moments?
don't live in Sydney.
Whether you get the moments working or where you're in a situation, you might be stuck in traffic and you need to go to the toilet really bad. You're just like in that kind of like, oh, if I can't just right now, it's like the worst anxiety in the
Agitated
world.
state,
It's like
yeah.
right then and there in your face, physical anxiety. And I've had jobs where I've been stuck in a room and it's just like, maybe I'm in an office or in a place. I'm just like, I'm been at work for 2 hours. I'm here for another 6 or 7 hours. Like, I can't get out of this, and I have to do this every day. And it's just like,
Yeah.
you just want to fucking tear your eyes out and scream, you know, like
Yeah.
that.
A little bit like that.
That shit will wreck your health.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
It's like that, huh?
It was one of those jobs where I would be sitting there and going, how am I going to make it through the next 6 hours?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just
That'll
gonna,
do it.
I'm
That'll
just
do
gonna
it.
go to the bathroom every half an hour and just take like 10 minutes to piss.
Do you know
Yeah.
the one microscopic boon for having a job like that? The one good thing about having a job like that is you are really living in the moment.
Mm.
Like
Don't care.
that
Forces you.
last 6 or 7 hours of that day, you are looking at the clock every 5 minutes, and it is not going. So you are so present in reality at that point in time.
Never really thought about it like
Surreal.
that. Yeah.
That's harsh.
In my gratitude journal every night I write, I was very present today.
Yeah. Sad face. Yeah. Gratitude journal. So I think to structure, we can talk shit as much as we want, but I think to structure this podcast, we should get as much information out individually about. I think we should base it around our New Year's resolutions, what we're doing.
Yeah, so
And
that's
I think that'll keep the structure, because we could probably end up talking for fucking 4 hours. But we'll round it off with, so obviously
mine is getting
New
an
job.
internal promotion.
new job for Phil, baby.
Then I can fund going to Europe,
Hell yeah.
build up some savings again, because I've been eating into that a little bit.
So that's positive life living and fun experiences.
Yeah,
But
good
like,
thing to live.
what's the one thing that's going to set you up for the next 3 years that you can do this year?
The next 3 years.
Well, like that's
Long
you
time.
know, not just your job, but like, let's talk hobbies. Like, what's a hobby? Look, podcast is good,
Yeah.
but is there anything else you're like? There's one other thing I want to do.
Well, I don't. I keep filling my plate up a lot. So like, I'm like, oh, I like doing this. I like doing that. So there's a lot of things where I'm like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I can't really focus on one thing because I want to do too many things. So really, I just want to simplify things and maybe focus on just making more podcast content, maybe making some tunes, making some songs with Jolie Pop.
it's loose. It's Friday. It's time to party.
It's time to party.
I'm in my homie's Audi.
And we're drinking shardy,
We're blasting cars.
blasting cardi,
Yeah.
drinking shardy.
When are they,
Can you
when are they-
imagine? Can you imagine? So, what were you going to say?
When are they going to drop? When are we going to hear some shit?
Phil's. Do you know how when we used to play in bands, we were very like, we'd make music, we wouldn't play many shows, we were very picky.
Yeah.
Phil's like that.
Yeah, that's me.
But
So
we'll
Phil, he's-
Yeah.
well, I'm like, we've recorded it. I have a little condenser microphone. We've recorded it on that. I've put the auto tune on it. I've made it all, and then I listened to it 1,000 times. I'm like, yeah, this sounds really great. And then I listened to another song on Spotify. I'm like, my one sounds like dog shit. So I really just, I want to get a better microphone, record our vocals again, and then potentially, depending on funding, even pay for someone to mix and master it properly. Like
Definitely.
send them all the stems and then
Definitely.
just have someone mix and master it so it sounds exactly like what's on Spotify.
Right.
And then I'll be happy to be like, world, please.
Okay, so are
My
you
loop-
like perfectionist, or are you just like
A little bit.
Yeah.
okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a perfectionist.
I call Phil the composer. That's his nickname. Eh?
Yeah.
So I think my loophole for Phil to make him feel a bit more comfortable about releasing something, obviously definitely get it mixed, but even if it didn't sound as clean and crisp as most Spotify songs, modern songs, my loophole for Phil was we record dodgy YouTube short, kind of like Lonely Island-esque videos and put the song in the background.
Yeah.
So the failure to launch with the song and the production of the song is kind of masked by the funny in
Yeah.
your face filming, you know?
Right.
So that's another thing. We could film like video clip to it, which is like it's like a parody rap song. So we film a video clip to it, then we make it into a reel. And the worst thing people are going to listen to a reel on their AirPods. Like it's not going to be crucial for it to sound
Right.
perfect. So then
Correct.
it can just be
Correcto.
the
Corretto, bravissimo, Joel. Amazing.
Prego,
Beautiful
prego.
job.
Beautiful job. Beautiful job.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah, so
honestly
that's-
like you can't argue with that kind of pursuit, and it's not hard. So fun fact. So
Oh, we got to get on to fun facts
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Sean's New Year's resolution.
we
but yeah,
shall
go,
end
go.
Sean's experience with the COVID jab as well. That's
Oh.
a fucking that's
Ooh,
a
you wanna
case
get on that?
file right there. But
That
I just
rabbit
want
hole,
to
wasn't
say
expecting that.
real quick.
We're going there.
We're going there.
Real
Tap,
quick.
tapping.
So I caught up with my dear friend Terry Smith last night. Terry's a great example. Terry was like a cool dude, quiet guy, kept his head down all the time, really just always has time for you. And you
Mm.
always have time for Terry. Great guitarist. I remember I used to go to high school with this guy called Levi. He was the fucking boof, dude. Like, man, yeah. He was this like douchey dude. He'd come up to you and be like, he's a complete habitual liar. He'd lie about stuff.
Oh,
He'd be
yeah.
like, got into a fight, man. I went fucking boof. And I was just like, he made this noise and I showed Sean and we were gone, right? Fucking boof. I did it in one of my raps, but I remember, he was like, he used to play in like deathcore bands and he was pretty decent guitarist. And I remember I was hanging out with Terry and some other people and someone had Levi's notes that he'd wrote because he had written. And then I remember Terry just being like, oh, what's this? Gung, gung, gang, gung, gang, gung, 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 gung. And he just,
Oh, no
like, he can
way.
read chords.
Shredded.
He's like a genius with it. Yeah. So Terry's found himself a woman. He's got 2 kids. He's like he's like did accounting, so he's like works for NAB. Just a really fucking genuine good human being. And I said to him, I was like, bro, what's it like? Because like he plays shows, he plays acoustic shows, and he still has time to do that, and he's got kids and stuff. And I was like, obviously you're working it out, you've made it work, but how do you juggle it? And we were discussing that, and then he said, I really, having kids now, I really took for granted how much free time I had.
Oh yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
it's an obvious thing, but hearing it from him, he kind of really just narrowed it down a bit further. He was saying, you know, I'd get home and just maybe watch TV for 3 hours or sit on my phone and get up. He's like, you don't have that luxury when you have children.
For sure.
So the fact that I gave him praise. I said, you're still doing it. You're killing it. You know, you're playing shows. That's awesome. You're keeping your creative spirit alive. But that was very particular for me. The fact that we've definitely taken
we
for
have
granted
so
our
much time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and we think we don't.
yeah.
That's
We're
right.
like, oh my God, I gotta go to work. It's
Yeah.
taking up all my time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
as if.
I mean, and again, and it's cliche, but they always say, all the entertainers say, if you're not an instant overnight sensation, you got to grind and you got to push yourself and do as much as you can. And then you can't do something creative for 50 years and not get somewhere.
That's right.
That is an impossibility.
Exactly.
It's not possible. You could sit there and smash a brick against your face every day and film it. Eventually, you're going to get a following, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So
So
people
if
be
we're-
like, this guy's done this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, look
So-
at this.
Yeah.
If we're recording music, good or not, if we're doing enough of it, we will
Yeah.
refine it.
Consistency,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Consistency and like a lot of creators and people that have had success in the media world, they also say that not being an overnight sensation is a good thing.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
if you build it up slowly and you build up a proper base of fans or whatever and you reach the right people, that's far better than having one hit that blows up and then nobody cares about you after that.
Exactly.
That's like 15 minutes of fame done.
Yeah.
That's right.
I like the idea of getting famous or wealthy in my later life because I've appreciated the 9 to 5 hard yards.
Mm.
Like when you look at all these child celebrities or even early 20s celebrities, they're all fucked.
Yeah, they're not necessarily happy, right?
They're not necessarily happy, and even if they're not completely over the rails, I'm sure if I had a D&M with them, they'd be like, "Man, I got fucking this depression." Like, look at doesn't Justin Bieber have some kind of paralysis on one
Yeah.
side of his face?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
got
had
like-
lots
I
of
heard
health
something like
issues.
that.
Yeah.
I've listened to a podcast of like a pretty famous, I think he's a neuroscientist that does like psychology.
He's not the
And he-
Herber dude. What's that guy's name?
Dr. Human.
He's not.
Nah,
him.
not Huberman.
Huberman. Yeah.
No, but this
Fuck, that dude's
guy
a
was
legend.
actually Justin Bieber's therapist.
Oh,
So
shit.
he uses him as like examples. And
was he allowed to disclose that information?
well, he was praising him. He was saying
Oh,
that
right.
Justin Bieber was really good because he was like, I got to think of my brain the same as any other organ. Like if you say,
exactly.
"Oh, I got to look after my liver, I'm going to stop drinking." So he's like, you got to think of the brain the same way. So this guy was like known for doing brain scans, physical brain scans, and then using that in therapy, which hadn't been done
I think
before.
I heard about that
You
guy.
know
He's
this
the
guy,
bald
yeah?
dude.
Probably, yeah. I was just listening to him. I didn't
He,
see his face. Yeah,
Yeah, he's done a few celebrities and stuff like that. He scans people's brains.
Yeah.
And
that guy.
it's crazy, you know, like, and it's just like he can, you know, people that have certain traits, if they're, you know, like they're prone to getting angry a lot and like they can't regulate like their emotions and stuff like that. Like he does a scan on their
he can
brain. He's
pick
like,
that.
oh, you've probably got a deficiency in this and that. And it's like these people are like, fuck, why wasn't this widespread knowledge?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
So he was praising Justin Bieber because Bieber apparently really took that on board and was like, "I'm going to look after my brain like I would any other organ. Like I
What a
got to,
legend.
make
at
the brain healthy."
Do you remember Chris Hemsworth maybe about 3 months ago said, "I'm going to take a bit of time for myself because I'm prone to my family have a disposition, if that's a word, towards Alzheimer's."
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Thor said that, so he's like, I want to take a bit of time, reduce the stress.
While
and-
they were filming the Disney TV series Limitless, wasn't it? Was that
Was
the show?
it?
I believe so. It was like as a
I only read this in an article, so but didn't you? No, you guys told me to watch Limitless on Netflix. Yeah,
yeah, it's a great show.
yeah.
So I mean, it probably Bruce Willis probably brought that to light a lot as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Poor
His-
Bruce,
yeah.
bro. Like it's like a fallen icon, you know. Like
yeah, I know.
you never imagine. Like, let's compare for a second.
It's a bit of a wake up call, right?
Yeah,
Because like it happens to anyone and everyone. Like it doesn't matter how much money, how famous you are, you're still going to fall victim to that.
yeah.
Well, we're all
Pre-
playing the
pre-
genetic
predisposed.
lottery, you know. Like everyone's can predispose, or they're like, you know, have like it's hereditary in their family where they have like, yeah, like predispositions to like certain illnesses, like, you know, like
Yeah.
whereas like prostate cancers and
Yeah.
and you know this and that. It's like that's life. You know what I mean? Like you can try everything you want, but you can't avoid it. You can only try to.
That's the
Yeah.
remarkable thing
work through it.
about humans. Like we've evolved to the stage where we see the void in front of us, and then we go, no, not today. I'm going to work on keeping myself alive. You know,
Yeah.
I love that about humans. Like we have.
It's
we
that
have the-
genetic lottery. You can either
Yeah.
end up with a disease or you can have a six pack all your life, right?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to say anything, but
Genetics, genetics.
Yeah.
People are like, "How do you do it?" I'm
Yeah.
like,
Do you know what's funny, bro?
genetics.
Like Sean's like I was fortunate enough to have this big thick beard. Sean can grow a bit of stubble, but like I've got hair in the chest and a bit of hair in my ass. Sean
of hair
is
in his ass.
seal smooth.
Really,
His
Thank you
butt-
for
his-
sharing.
bro? You don't even have to do laser.
No, bro, he's yeah.
I'm
Phil got
pre-laser.
laser on his neck. How's the laser
Yeah,
sessions?
I
going?
got laser like because I can't grow a beard for shit. So
Yeah?
like all I get is like this and then like some neck beard. And then when I shave it, I'd always get like rashes. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm just gonna laser the bottom of my neck.
Ooh.
I've had 2 laser. It's not as bad as like having a tattoo removed,
No.
man. Like it doesn't hurt at all. Like
Can I just say, do you know what I almost did just then?
what?
I almost picked this up to fucking drink it. Because like it's
Drink
like
the microphone.
Instead.
yeah.
1 liter podcast.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I've only had 2 sessions, so apparently you got to have like 4 to 6 to properly get it done. But I've just told them to just like do a line there, so like all this neck rash is going to be gone. Like it's
'cause
already
yeah,
way
it's
less.
working. Dude. I can see
Way
the
less.
It's
Yeah.
looking good, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's looking good.
I should get that on my butt cheeks.
Well, man,
I'm
the
talking-
people that do laser, they
You need 20
obviously
sessions or something.
the people that do
Yeah.
the laser at laser clinics. Like if you own a laser clinic, you're obviously doing that shit everywhere.
Oh,
so the
yeah.
bloke there was like this flamboyant, hairless dude.
Naked
Thick-
mole rat.
Thick beard, but just smooth all over. He's like, yeah, I've got it everywhere. And he's like, I just do it every 6 months now. And I'm like, okay.
Did you see the good guy? What's the Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell cop show? What's that? The
the other guy.
the
Oh,
other
the other
guys.
guys,
Do
yeah.
you remember the guy sitting down? He's like, you probably think I'm hairy everywhere because I got this beard. He's like, nah, shaved. Do you remember that guy? That
Yeah.
weirdo? Yeah.
That's
But like
right.
shaved, you got shave rash everywhere. No.
It's gross.
This
yeah.
guy was smooth, dude. Like he lifted up his shirt and it was just like
Like
smooth.
he just slide up a
It's got
chair,
like
you
a-
know,
like-
just like
spark.
and,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he was obviously fake tanned to the shit. So it was like this smooth dad bod, but fake tanned and smooth. And I was like,
course.
cool. Because I'm like, okay, I'll test it on my neck, but I would definitely get my butt crack done. Like, holy shit.
Yeah?
Imagine just a smooth butt crack, no
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
you
Oh
get a
my
stranger
God.
to get in there, spread them, and just
Oh,
laser it all up.
I've had my butt crack waxed before.
You
It is
have.
Yes.
Oh,
Dude, was it
shit.
excruciating?
No.
How did
Wait,
that
wait.
come about? You just wake up one day like, I need to get this ass crack waxed.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, Queensland heat. What's all this hair? Like,
Yeah,
let me
legit.
just try some
Why?
shit.
Tell us why.
Tell us why. That's why. I was like,
Okay,
this,
fair. Very,
yeah.
very, yeah.
But,
okay,
like,
we
was it
can't
like,
this
argue with
hair's
that.
annoying. Like you're shaving your balls and shit, and you're like, why have I still got this fucking hairy crack?
Dude,
Were
I
you
can't-
dating? Were you dating a girl at the time? You like thought, maybe she could appreciate this, and then
Maybe she
Was
wants to
I-
eat some hairless ass, you know?
Maybe, yeah. But I don't know. I don't remember if I was dating someone because I've done it a couple of times, and I remember making an ex do it for me. So I don't know if that was the first time, but waxed
I was
ass
like,
crack.
yeah.
Yeah, waxed ass crack. So crazy. It's a game changer, man. Like
Really?
like your farts
Like
are
there's
like
like a
claps.
breeze.
Your farts like clap.
Your
Like,
farts
it's a-
like. Yeah, it's like a ringtone. It's like like
Thanks for you.
really. The
You
booty
just got
cheeks
these
just-
two bare cheeks just slapping together.
I gotta say, I love the feeling of having a fresh shaved head, or like shave my legs, and then feeling the actual shower water.
Do you
on
razor
fresh
shave your
skin.
legs?
Nah, no. I just
Clippers,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because it's
Fuck.
like it's like that hair doesn't grow back straight away, so it's just
Dude,
like
I've razor shaved them once. Do not do it.
Really?
It is so painfully
your
stubbly
Venus.
because we have like thick hairs as men.
oh,
Right.
So it's like real painful. Like I was wearing board shorts and came out of the ocean shortly after I shaved, and it was like needles. Like
Oh,
my board
shit.
shorts were just like.
Don't
Did you get the
shave.
bad dots or red dots?
Yeah,
everywhere and shit?
yeah,
fuck
everywhere.
that. Yeah.
I was
So
like,
I
Wax.
remember
never
at
again.
school,
Wax.
one of our friends
Yeah,
told
wax.
us.
Wax.
Yeah, I did wax as well after that.
Much
and I was
better.
like much better.
Wax.
Wax.
All the time.
Yeah. What happened at school? What?
Well, one of my friends, he broke the news to us that he shaved his balls and around his his pubic region.
This is before you guys had seen the light of shaving your
Well,
balls, or
this is the thing is like he actually warned us all off from doing it. So this is like right around the stage
Oh.
we're going, our hormones are popping off, and and we're like we're growing. And then ever since after that, I've just been scared to ever kind of properly shave down there.
really like with
I mean,
razor.
trim of
or-
course, but I mean completely
like with a razor? Hell no.
razor.
I'd never
He
put
raised it. He
I'd
says the
never put a
itchiest
razor
thing
to my scrotum,
ever.
dude, because it's like a
Itchy
walnut, you know?
You
It's
don't
like-
razor your
Sun
balls?
cream.
no,
I show you.
Nah, I razor the
I
shit out
get
of them,
done.
dude.
Yeah, like
Sunscreen.
sometimes it might be a bit ouch, but
No,
like,
I do clippers for the triangle, but the balls and the side and everything is razor, man.
Mm.
Like
Ooh.
that's just,
I'd love to have.
there's no danger at all, man. Like
Sure.
it's
Is it-
There's
just,
no
What about-
danger.
Is it danger of itchiness or?
nah. No, it's
Wait,
smooth
wait,
as.
All right,
But
I might.
the
I'll even use like the shaving balm you get for your face. Get
Yeah,
a bit of that.
that's what you use.
Yeah.
Couple
Yeah.
of
the skin of a scrotum is quite tender. Like
We're
I've
not talking scrotum.
no,
though.
no,
I'm
no.
just
But
talking
hang on.
balls.
But like I've zit, with the and it's nicked
Nicked,
and it's
yeah.
blood, right? So like
Oh,
I
can't
imagine
even-
waxing that, and if you really rip, I can imagine. I just have this image in my head of the tearing, and then
Okay,
like
let's just preface this. The waxing was just the crack. Like as soon as you go up the scrotum, that's when it gets painful and dangerous.
Yeah.
even
See,
the crack
what-
and the
The crack was
butthole region.
no worries.
That's
Nah,
tender
it was
flesh.
no worries at all.
That's paper skin.
Nah. It
True.
was, as soon as it gets closer to the balls, where it gets like looser skin.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, the
danger.
gooch?
Danger. Don't
The
be
gooch,
going
yeah,
there.
the
yeah.
ABC,
Don't
the
be going to
ass
the
ball
gooch.
connection.
Yeah.
All right.
ABC?
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
ABC, the ass ball
The
connection.
ass
Yeah.
ball
I thought it was a
connection.
high
Of
school
course,
thing.
it
It's like
makes sense.
ABC. All right. So
we gotta give
yeah.
Sean some
So
time.
Sean. So first of all, eventually, because I know it's going to be a long-winded conversation about your time with COVID, but physical, and then hobbies or long-term New Year's resolutions.
Year's.
But first, let's start with your experience in your lung with COVID.
Yeah, what happened with COVID?
The thing is, like, I don't know for sure. Let me just preface this by saying I don't know for sure if this was COVID related.
Yeah.
What I will say is that, touch wood, I've never had many experiences in the hospital, nor have had any problems whatsoever with my lung.
Abs from day one. I
Nor
get it.
well, that's right. Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah. Nor had I have any problems with anything like body related kind of thing like that. And Christmas last year, I woke up one morning, back felt like I just got hit by a car, struggling to breathe, had a shower. All I thought at the whole time was thinking to myself, okay, I must have just slept funny. That's probably what this is all about. My back just felt stiff and it was really hurting my lower back. just got on with it, had a shower. My older brother and I went to work, and I kept complaining the whole time, but was trying not to be a sook about it. Got to the job, still complaining to the point where 20 minutes later, tools down, I said, I can't do any more. Something's wrong. I can't
Were you
breathe.
gassed? Like fully gassed?
I was, it's like you've just walked up a big hill
Can't catch your breath.
and you can't catch your breath. Yeah, just
And the
you know, that-
altitude's fucked, like you're in Everest.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, my back was killing me at this point. It's like someone had just 1,000 people just had to go, just having a couple jabs at my back. And then at this point, my boss rocked up and I relayed the message that I'm struggling to breathe. And at this point, I'm clutching at my chest. And he's like, all right, we'll go to take you to Logan Hospital. Drove to Logan Hospital. By this stage, it got really bad. They got me straight through, took an x-ray. Almost immediately, he told me I got this thing called pneumothorax, which is basically a collapsed lung. So all three lobes of my left lung had all collapsed.
Are we talking like deflated balloon collapsed?
It almost looked like the size of like a walnut.
Oh,
like,
wow.
obviously, maybe the
Holy
size of a tennis ball,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, I can give you the photos too, so you can put it up.
Jesus.
if
Yeah,
you like.
bro,
But,
please. Yeah, we'll put it here.
yeah,
Phil, give me a hand as well.
right there. There we go.
Yeah.
And
He'll do it.
So yeah, like the lady said to me, she's like, so what happened? How did you do it? And I said the same question back to her. So I'm like, what happened? How did it happen? You know,
Yeah.
like
You
and
tell me.
You tell me. You're the doctor. And she's like, did you get into a fight? Did you get hit? Did anything, any trauma or force of impact? And I said, none of the above. Just normal days work. The week was normal. Long story short, 3 months of just bedbound and slow
3
walks.
months?
3 months. My lungs slowly grew.
Was your back still hurting the whole time?
No, so the first night was hell. So they didn't do anything. They
Did
basically
they not put a needle in there and put air in there for you? Like pump that fucker back up like a
I don't
ball?
think that's how it works.
Well,
No,
do we know if there was a puncture in there or just deflated?
So what it was, there's this little thing called blebs, and they're like little air pockets in the side of your lung. So one of mine had actually popped, caused a little air, hole in my lung cavity, and the air that was in my lung escaped into the lung cavity, and then that shriveled up my actual lung itself.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
And then it causes like a pressure that forces itself down in your lung. And there's operations you can get done to they kind of aspirate. They put a little needle there and then kind of like release the air and stuff like that. But they said it's kind of like a tire with a hole in it, and you're just putting a patch in it, kind of thing like that. You know, like you can take it out, but if the hole's still there, it's still going to keep leaking air. So I decided to not get any operations done and leave it. But long story short, I still to this day don't know what caused it.
Has
know how
that
it
hole
happened.
healed up? Sealed up?
I'm fine. Yeah, they
So
said to
they've
me,
x-rayed it again, your lungs back to full size, whatever.
yeah. So it
Could you feel it slowly?
I could feel it getting better. Let's
Okay.
like
So it deflated. They gave you no medications, no surgery, and it just reinflated by itself. Did they have to seal it with something other than that needle you mentioned?
No,
once
so
they-
there's two things they could have done. One of the options was the needle. They go through your rib cage there.
Oh,
The only problem with that is there's a real problem with people getting nerve damage there.
fuck yeah.
People get like someone said they get a zapping sensation or something on the ribs. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a lot of people that got that surgery done. Plus, this is around Christmas time, so I would have had this big box and this needle and all that kind of stuff around Christmas time. And the guy's like, you don't want to be hanging around the hospital at Christmas time. The second operation I could have got done was they basically go through, they basically rough up the side of your lung and get the kind of like a glue, and then glue your lung back to your lung cavity. And
Did you get that?
I didn't get
They didn't get any.
Either of those.
I didn't get either
Huh?
of the operations.
So
Don't-
it just your lung just miraculously healed itself.
it heals by itself.
Love that. How good a human
It
being
heals by itself. The only issue with it is I can't dive down. I think it's 6 to 10 meters.
God damn
ever
it.
again in
Yeah.
your life.
God
Unle-
damn it, man.
unless-
And you were
what?
gonna do deep sea diving, weren't you?
Wait, is that perpetually? Is that for the rest of your life?
As far as I know, that's long term.
And what did they say about flying with certain altitudes up in the
yeah.
plane?
They said flying is fine. It's the oxygen tanks or something to do with the.
But that's less pressure up there. He's talking about more pressure underwater,
Mhm.
so you can't be
do, you know,
diving.
do you know what's scary
unless
being
I
up
get
that
that
high?
operation with the.
Yeah. Do you know what they don't talk about being that high up in fucking space? There's high amounts of radiation and up that high in space. That space,
That
not
solar
space.
flare.
Yeah. But all right, so
And, but
You-
wait,
you-
wait,
you-
wait,
no,
hang
no,
on,
hang
hang on,
on.
hang
No,
on, hang on,
you've-
hang on, hang on.
all right, what?
So we don't know if that was COVID related.
No, well,
but it was-
this is what I'm going to say. So,
Oh.
so you ran around in circles trying to figure out. They couldn't give you answers, and then you played the game of deduction,
Yeah.
right?
So to add, that's only the first part of the story. That was just the lung. So
Mhm.
around this time, I felt like my body was falling apart. I had massive nerve pain in my wrists that I'd never had before, like these shooting intense pains. I start getting chronic headaches. I start getting a jarring kind of sore pain around my neck, and then on top of that, my body just felt like it was just collapsing on me.
Mm.
And again, I was, we can put it down to the lack of the collapsed lung and the fact that I was bedbound, a lot of it and stuff like that. But at the same time, like everyone knows their own body. You're not a doctor, but you know yourself enough to know
Fuck
that
yeah.
like this isn't just you laying around for a while and then all these problems start arising. Like, and they're so far from each other. It's not funny.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to preface saying. Like, I can't put it down to if it's anything COVID or jab related,
But how long after this happened? Before that, had you got a jab recently? Before this happened?
so the last jab I had was 26th of October 2021, and this happened Christmas of 2022,
Mm.
Interesting.
Full year later, yeah.
a full year later. So that's what I mean. I can't put it down to that, but
Yeah.
prior to that,
But you also don't know whether you caught COVID because there's a lot of stories of people having
Exactly.
issues post COVID as
That's
well.
right.
Because it's like a virus that we've never seen before.
That's
That
right.
collapsed lung though, that's intense because obviously the lungs are a very powerful muscle, but you can look at a lung like a balloon, right? You can look at it like that's its function is to, and like obviously there's a lot of veins and nerves and reciprocal things, but like but you personally, do you feel? And again, you don't want to cast aspersions on anyone or any kind of clinical
Any big pharma.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But do you in your heart of hearts think if you had to like a gun to your head, you think it was probably most likely COVID and the jab or something like that?
I like the thing is like I'm pretty. At the time, I wasn't really open and honest about a lot of things, but like I
You're like I was doing heroin.
I was,
fucking-
I'm pretty confident in saying that I definitely think it would have contributed to it. But again, I'm not a doctor. I've got no clinical science or any backings
Yeah.
on that. But what I will say is that at the end of the day, you know your body, and
Aye.
I just feel like something was up. I couldn't put my finger on the pulse on a lot of things. And
Leading up to that, you would have been recalling when the day that you were in the hospital and you're like, fuck, you would have been recalling days leading up to it. Did you feel odd?
I had a week out from getting the last shot, I started getting like these heart flutters.
Or palpitations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it wasn't like it was hurting, it was just fluttering.
yeah. And it's kind of like, oh, don't
And
do
then-
that. Yeah.
Throughout that whole year of 2022, they would come out sporadically. And I just put it down to I was running a lot. And
Bro,
and
that's
like
stress.
with everyone, you put your faith in, the health
Are you
system.
doing like
Mm.
running actually?
A lot
Like
of
fitness running? Yeah.
And like I'm not one of those people and conspiracy people, and you put it down, like you do put your faith in the health system. Why wouldn't you? Like if you have cancer and stuff like that, you're not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get a conspiracy theory.
No,
You're going to
exactly.
go there. You're going to get the treatment. So why wouldn't you do that with the shots? But
Exactly.
I feel like I feel something was up this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sorry to cut you off, but it's funny if I go maybe 2 or 3 days with really poor sleep, I get heart palpitations. If I have a lot of wheat, let's say I ate pizza 2 nights in a row, full pizza, I get really bad heart palpitations. Not
Really?
bad, but it's just like I'll be sitting there, I'll be like, it won't be like it stops for a second, and I'm like, don't do that, And there's that guy who wrote the book Wheat Belly, and he said he's a cardiologist, and he said, I'm a cardiologist. I only check with hearts, but I found a lot of these people are having issues. And then we were looking at the glucose spikes when people eat wheat, because humans can eat anyone can argue, oh, wheat's not that bad for you. My grandmother's been eating wheat all her life, and she's 112 years old. You know, and like
Danny's been eating pasta her whole life.
exactly,
And she's
exactly.
fucking-
Everyone's
Yeah.
different. Everyone's different.
Biodiversity, bro. I'm all
Exactly.
about biodiversity.
Yeah, but
Some people might eat wheat all their life and be the healthiest ever, and some people will
Mhm.
have a grain of wheat and die.
exactly. So I'm not going to sit here and say
Not
wheat.
really,
I'm not going to say wheat's the devil, but statistically, and if you look at the studies, wheat is like cows are eating grass, and if humans got on all fours and started eating grass, it's not good for us. It's the same thing as wheat. The wheat germ of gluten. It's not designed. Humans aren't designed to eat it. We might be able to eat it because the same thing with milk. We weren't supposed to eat milk from a creature other than our mother, right?
Mm.
But throughout evolution, we've been able to build up a tolerance to it. Some people less so, etc. That's why people are lactose intolerant. Some people are celiac. But he said he was seeing these spikes, and he was saying this is where he was a diabetic as well, and he was a vegetarian. He did the vegetarian diet, and that exacerbated his thingo. So he stopped eating wheat, and it suppressed his diabetes to the point where he doesn't have to take the jabs anymore. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Shit.
All documented.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here. This is all documented. This guy's got
So this is not the speculation.
this is peer reviewed
Mm.
books, and I give you the guy's name. We'll put it in the here's the book here. But and then so I can't remember the gentleman's name, but the book he wrote is called Wheat Belly, right? And so while he was people were coming up to him and saying, "Hey, look, I've got this, and this." One story was this woman had really bad bowel issues. Dr. Wheatbelly, lose the weight, lose the wheat, lose the weight, and find your path back to health. William Davis. He's like an Asian dude, but he's American. We gotta mention that he's Asian because it's people listen to Asian people when it comes to health. Eastern
know.
medicine.
They know what's
he's,
up.
He's American though. He's American. So, anyways, or he might be Canadian. So, anyways, this woman. One of the stories, because I listen to health podcasts, and he came onto this woman Lacey, her health podcast, and he talked to her. All scientific. It's not woo woo. Fucking I lit incense and shit. It's all scientific. He's a cardiologist,
Yeah.
MD, a scientist. He's a doctor.
Just real quick, the thing about this is like we don't have Jamie from Joe Rogan ready.
Yeah, we
readily,
Jamie, bring that
readily
up.
able to pull up articles and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we've got to
all
speak.
links.
Come on,
all,
Sean, we're getting there, all right?
We're
We're getting there.
getting-
One
all
day,
links-
all
one
links
day
will be
I'll
in
have
the
a Jamie.
Spotify. Yeah. So this woman came up to him and said, "Look, they're going to give me my insides are fucked. They're going to give me a colonoscopy bag. That means I have to shit in a bag for the rest of my life. I'm going to have an incision in my insides,
Yeah,
Fuck that.
and it'll be a fucking bag connected to my insides. Like my internal organs will be exposed to the fucking air, And he said, "All right, avoid grains. So it's not just wheat; it's grains. It's
All
buckwheat.
grains.
Buckwheat's okay and shit, but like rice, flour, obviously, like wheat, barley, hops, all that shit." And the problem is, again, side note, when you look at most places, you're like, "Oh, I'm going to have gluten-free bread." It's still got rice flour in it.
Mm.
Whether or not people want to accept it or not, but that's grains. We're not designed to eat those. The same as we're not designed to drink cow's milk. We're not designed to pick plants off that fucking bush there and eat it. We may have evolved to the fact that we can resist it, but some people are, Anyways, this woman tried no wheat for about 2 months or something. She didn't need a colonoscopy bag anymore.
Mm.
This is a like when you get a diagnosis, you'll go. Anyone who's serious about their health will get a diagnosis about something and go, "I'm going to get a second opinion," and they'll go and get a second opinion. That person will go, "Yeah, you're going to need this."
Mm.
This woman from the audiobook had multiple diagnoses about the same thing. She cut out wheat and she was sorted. So I've found when I had heart palpitations and those nights where I hadn't slept very well, I've probably eaten wheat at that moment as well. Because here's the thing: like when you're exhausted and you're tired, you might find this. Do this. Check yourself next time this happens. When you're extremely exhausted and tired, and you haven't had good sleep, you're anxious about something for a couple of days, and you've had bad sleep, you crave sugar. You need a coffee. You need like a sugar hit or something.
Sleep's big for me, man. Like
That's a
I'll
real
know
thing.
It's
when
big. Yeah.
like I won't. I'll have shit sleep for a few days, and I'll get this sore little stinging pain in my throat, and I'll just be like, okay, that's just my lack of sleep, and then I'll just have a good night's sleep, and it'll be gone. So like that's my tell sign
Hell
is like
yeah.
my throat.
Yeah,
So
like, dude,
true.
same with mine.
Yeah.
Glands in my throat, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like an easy pick for me. I'm like, yep, yeah, I gotta get an early night.
Yeah.
One last thing for me, then we'll get back to Shaun. So I remember in 2018, 2019, I was working for a pharmaceutical company. I worked there for about 4 years. Most stressful job of my life. KPIs were crazy. The hours were crazy. I was working crazy hours. Never needed glasses. I needed glasses after working there because I'm not sure if I was looking at a screen all the time. My hair started falling out the top of my head. I was working there. Like when they say someone was scared until their hair went white, it was a similar kind of like parody thing. I lost my hair. My eyes went to shit. My immune system went completely downhill. It was fucked. And
What were you saying?
That's where we lost to people.
That's where we lost him. Oh well, you've had more than
No,
half
yes,
of that.
yes. At the time,
Yeah.
at the time, I had no issues with I had no dietary requirements. I could eat eggs, I could eat wheat, I could eat anything I wanted. Around that time, I'd eat eggs and my face started to get red here, and I'd eat wheat and I started to get really bad cradle cap, and I was pulling bits of my hair out. It was fucked.
Oh.
It's like I was like one of those weird Russian experiments from the 40s where they put people on that. You remember those pictures, that fake story? Those people, their skin was melting off. But I went and I kept getting.
The heart palpitations.
I'd sit there, and my heart would go.
Beatboxing?
My
Yeah,
heart,
just-
my heart would go.
Set a blow off valve on his heart.
No, dude, seriously. Yeah. My heart would go like that.
Jesus.
Multiple times throughout the day.
Jesus.
I'm talking like
Like,
50 times throughout the day. So I went to the cardiologist in Meadowbrook,
Mm.
and I sat there and I got the
EKG thing?
I got the
or
EKG.
ultrasound?
They like an ultrasound where they look like babies. They sat there. I went twice, and they even suggested, do you want the heart monitor where and you have it for 24 hours and we'll come back. I went twice before I got the heart monitor thing. I was like, I'm having heart palpitations. What's wrong with me?
Right.
Two of the ladies sat there and watched me. I'm lying there. They gooed me up, and then I'd after that the next day I'd go and see the specialist. There's nothing wrong with you. There was no holes in your heart. There's no punctures. Your blood cells are fine. I got my blood test. Your bloods are fine. Went back maybe a month later. Same thing. Still having heart palpitations. He's like, you're fine. At that point in time, I was just before I moved to the Northern Territory, and I read things. I stopped eating wheat, and I stopped doing this and that. And never got it again. I never get heart palpitations, even if I haven't slept properly in 4 or 5 days. I never get it anymore because I actively avoid wheat. So
Wow.
just a suggestion. I'm not saying wheat's the devil, but it might help.
For some people, yeah. For some people,
Exactly.
it is the devil.
Phil's
Yeah,
Like I said,
very,
yeah.
grain and death.
yeah.
Everyone's different. Yeah,
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So physical and hobby wise, what are your New Year's resolutions?
Was that physical and hobby wise?
Physically, do you want to
Yeah,
go to
so
the
like-
gym more? Do you want to be able to run 100 Ks under 15 minutes?
He might not have any physical goals.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
he
yeah.
might be
I've got
like,
the
well, I've
perfect
got the
abs,
six
so I don't
pack.
really
so-
need
Yeah. Okay. So what's something you want to do in New Year's that you may even not want to share with people that you know is going to be like, if I can do this in the New Year's, I'll be so fucking happy.
Or do you even have
I'll be
New Year's
content.
resolutions?
Everyone does, Geetman.
If I can continue the sobriety longer, I'll be pretty stoked.
Nice.
Nice.
Can't falter. And fuck, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I know it's cliche, but I want to live a mediocre life. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have this year. I want to like do some exciting shit.
Yeah.
Not the 9 to 5 grind. You know, like I can live a little.
Quit
this
your
year.
job.
Quit
Yeah,
my
get it.
job.
Bro, we're
End
going
up
to
a fucking
we're going to
bum.
go to Europe. We're going to go to Europe around June or July or something
Oh,
maybe.
so we might meet up there.
When are you going to be in Europe?
Probably around summer as well.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. Let's get the
Bro,
plan
it'd be-
going here.
It'd be sick if we went Oktoberfest time, but
Yeah. no.
Danny wants to take us to Italy.
Yeah, I want to
we need to
keep
go
Italy,
summer.
guys.
Yeah,
Sì.
summer for sure.
It's gonna be cold here. It's gonna be summer there.
Yeah.
What's some fun things we would do in Italy? Where would you take us?
Oh, everywhere.
We'd have to go to Rome, right?
So nice
Yes.
beaches.
Let me ask you this. Would you be embarrassed if I walked around Rome with a toga and laurels?
You can do whatever you want.
Because people want to take photos of me.
Of course.
I'd be like, Salve Imperator.
Oh, crazy Ozzy.
Wait,
Yeah,
Hey.
fuck
They'll
yeah.
be like, oh my god, it's that 1 liter podcast.
yeah. They'll be like, he's Italian, he's got a red beard. And I'll be like, fuck you.
is
you
he
know?
the one of the abs or not?
Yeah.
But,
Well, we got to do a boat party thing in Sydney Harbour in March.
yeah, you gotta get that.
Can I
you gotta
invite
those
these guys?
Shredded abs.
Can they come?
I don't know. It's not my boat.
No.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But
We'll be in a little
I
dinghy
didn't book
near.
it.
dude, I got 3 months to lose this chimichanga, so I gotta go. Yeah.
Now, Danny,
Yes.
New Year's resolutions.
Wait, Sean,
No,
you're
you-
done on your
No,
end?
he hasn't done.
I want to hear yours.
You wanna
Yeah,
see-
yeah,
why
Danny.
am I here mine?
Yeah, Sean was a little
Sorry.
bit unsure, so
Yeah.
he's like,
No
"Yeah, keep
copying.
sober."
Danny,
and
you've been so
Yeah,
patient.
continue
I
with
know,
shredded
that's
abs.
okay.
What do you? First of all,
See.
is there things you want to talk about? How your time during COVID? What's your time been like in Australia,
Well,
or do you just want to do New Year's? What do you think?
During COVID, I was lucky to be here, to be honest.
So-
Like
Yeah.
back in Europe was crazy.
Crazy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
I was here in Australia doing my fun working for my extension visa,
yeah.
living the best life.
Italy was bad during COVID. I
Was
remember,
really
I remember
bad.
Italy.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, I heard
India
that.
was the worst for deaths, but Italy was right there.
It was
It
crazy.
was like 50%. Yeah, like
was
yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
For like a year and a half, was just crazy.
Mm.
I was here living my best life,
Hmm.
living the farm, do my fun working. Easy.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
What kind of farm was it? What were you picking?
Oh, not picking.
Oh,
Cattle farm and sheep
Ah.
farm. So not
See?
Were
too
you milking?
bad.
Did you learn how to milk cows and goats and
No,
stuff?
I didn't do that. Feed the animals. And then
feeding.
The first farm had like a little cottage. So
Mhm.
I was welcoming the customers.
And whereabouts in Australia? WA?
No, guess what?
Tasmania?
Tasmania was the second one. The
Northern
first
Territory?
one was the Southern Islands.
The what
Southern
islands?
Islands.
Southern Islands?
Yeah,
Where's
like
that?
Mossvale, around Mossvale or something.
Where's that? Where's
It's in New
Moss?
South
like
Wales.
New South Wales, like
Ah.
I thought it was
hours
Mossvale. I
from
was
Sydney.
like, that's in Southern
Yeah.
Really?
She said Southern
Mossvale.
Highlands, not Southern
Southern
Islands.
sorry.
Southern
Sorry,
Highlands.
Dan.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the Southern
Guarda,
Islands.
ragazzi,
I was
che
like,
dicho.
the
I was waiting for you
Yeah.
guys to say that.
Sorry,
Southern
Danny.
Highlands.
Yeah.
Of course.
FYI, her name is Daniela.
Oh,
But being
thank
Australian,
you.
we can't call her by her actual name as
Yeah.
Danny.
Oh, actually, real quick. So you can translate our English Australian names into Italian ones, right?
Yes.
So what is
Okay.
Joel's again?
So Joel, I would say Joele or Joel,
Joelle?
Filippo, and Sean.
Wait,
I'm
what's
sorry.
one? Phyllis on?
Filippo.
Filippo.
I like that.
And Sean, what can I say?
Shauna? Shawan?
Shaun. So the other day, I asked my family to say his name, okay? My brother said Sean, my dad Shaun, my auntie Sean. We still waiting for my mom. So it's gonna be one of the three.
Never knew Sean could have so many syllables, eh?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yes.
Yeah. Do you know what's fucked up though? Because like my brother Sean spells his name Shaun, and then you've got Sean, and
Oh,
I think
that's what we get.
I think Sean's the more Irish one. But I always like whenever I'd meet people and I'd be like, "Oh, your name's Sean. How do you spell it?" Sean. I'm like, "Fucking pussy." It's Shaun, pussy. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you fucking dumbass. You know, so like, but I realize Shaun is probably the more of the British version. No, it's got that sh in it, so it's sh. You fool. You know, so like, so you probably got the less Irish, less traditional version, but still,
right.
fuck you.
You got
You
the
know?
better spelling for the pronunciation. Like you spell it how
100%.
you pronounce
Right?
it.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Shaun.
Sean.
Sean.
Mm.
Shaun.
So, Your
Sean.
time in COVID was pleasant.
My time in COVID was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, started when I was in Brisbane, and then they shut the borders, Queensland, New South Wales. So I straight flew down to New South Wales,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tassie. And then when all the states were open, I flew to Alice Springs.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then there was the thing, you need to spend at least 2 weeks in the Northern Territory
2 weeks, that's nothing.
to WA. And that's where I left Alice Springs and lived up north a little bit.
Can
and
I
then
ask you?
close.
Can I ask you real quick? Hold that thought. There's a big joke in Australia that people from Tasmania are inbred because it's a small island. They're like subhuman.
Mhm.
So when you're in Tasmania, did you find the people there a bit weird compared to everyone else in Australia?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
small
well,
island. Come on, like
what is it about them that you find weird?
I know it's just weird.
Like-
you know, they're
like, are
not
they
like,
kind of-
hey man, how you doing?
They're not like that?
They're all related to each other, or like just a small
Ugh.
island.
There you go.
They're good
There you hear
people,
it,
they're
ladies and
good
gentlemen.
people. No,
They're
they're
fucking
nice
retarded. They're different.
They're beautiful, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I find you guys on the mainland more like friendly. Hey,
Hell
how's it
yeah.
going? Blah,
What
blah,
about
blah.
people from WA? Because I hear people
I
from
love
Perth.
them. I
I heard
love
people
them.
from Perth are a bit more.
I
posh.
didn't really live in Perth. When I was going down to Perth, I was leaving my car.
Yeah. Mm.
So no, I quite like WA.
Nice. Okay,
I
so
loved it.
you had a decent time in COVID. You met
Yes.
Shaun.
Shaun.
What do you want? Like really, like if it's too personal for you, you don't have
Yeah.
to share it. But in the new year, for me personally, I know what I want. I know what's gonna make me happy.
Yes.
What do you want that's gonna make you happy?
So what's really make me happy? Definitely do some more traveling, but I definitely need to start my way to stay in Australia because of course I'm still on visa right now.
Right, so you'll feel a lot more comfortable once you've got your visa sorted out.
Definitely, yeah.
Perfect.
now I
And
feel
is
like
that going to be a difficult thing for you?
it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
but
Oh, my roommate's dealing with that right now, and he's stressing.
it's not easy. It's really stressful.
Sean's gonna have to put a ring
Okay.
on your finger because that's a thing. You can have a de facto thing.
Well,
where
that's
you-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make him happy.
Make me happy. I'll make lots of pasta,
Lots of pasta,
dagnoli.
yes. Chicken
All right,
scallopino.
So we've all figured out what we want to do. Thank you,
Definitely,
Dani.
No
Grazie.
worries.
Now,
You-
Sean.
Yeah, hang on. What
Oh,
were you
yeah,
gonna say?
sorry.
I was going to
Oh,
say, hold up, but you guys are planning on going to Southeast Asia in about
Yeah.
a week's time. But what were you going to say?
Oh, no, let's do Southeast Asia. I
All
was
right.
going to say, Sean, you've got a Sean's fun fact for us instead of a Phil's fun fact.
Are you got a fun
Ooh.
fact?
Well,
Yeah.
dude, I haven't fact checked this one, but I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure.
Oh, who gives up? Dude, we're all about fucking around.
Okay, good.
Because the only reason we came up with this because look in the background there's a snowboard
So-
there.
So Phil's sister?
My sister's snowboard in the background. She'll tell the story when she's on the podcast about that snowboard. It's got
Jackie?
a
Oh, that
nice
sounds like
history.
a good story.
Yeah.
Wait, in German, they don't say J's with a Y, do they?
Jacqueline.
So she'd be Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Yeah.
Yaki. Not Yaki.
Well, they wouldn't. She didn't have a nickname then. She was too
Mm.
young, so she came over here, and that's when she became Jackie. So
wait, hang on. Is your sister's name actually spelled Jacqueline, like with
Yeah.
a Q?
Yeah. Jacquline.
This is what bothers me for a second. When I meet people, because like I'm not sure if it's because our wonderful upbringing, but like I'm very, very welcoming. And if I meet people, like my boss, her name is ANSU, Ansu. Everyone calls her Ansu. But she told me, she's like, my name's actually pronounced Ansu.
Mm.
Like, fucking, and like my last job, I one of my dearest friends, his name is Ankur. Ankur. Everyone calls him Anchor. Hey, Anchor, what do you know? He's like an Indian guy. He's from New Delhi. I call him Ankur when I speak to him.
Yeah.
That's how his fucking name is pronounced.
But I think that's an Aussie thing. Is like it's a sign of like
And no, look, but that's no. It's not the thing. Because let's say Philip's name is Filippo. We call him Phil, right? Because it's short and abbreviated.
yeah.
But if you wanted to call me by my name, it would be called Filippo, not Filippo.
Yeah, but
I-
I don't want you to say Philip to me. so-
Yeah. But like I want to call people by like, again, Phil, you can attest. Dude, I bought Sean green lights for Christmas.
Nice.
He told me about McConaughey's green lights, and I listened to it because I said to him, I was
I know,
like,
I'm excited to read it.
yeah.
Oh, it's great.
I played a bit of the audio for him, but like in it, and he says he's like, he doesn't call himself Matt McConaughey. He calls himself Matthew McConaughey because he said he used to get a fucking flogging from his parents. His mother used to be like, "I called you Matthew. Your name's not Matt." You know. I want to respect the culture that people come from because here's the
For
thing. And
sure.
I had this great conversation with Phil's sister's Jackie earlier, and I've always been connected to this. It's like, fucking press that button, dude. Fuck my brain. This is why alcohol's bad because it fucks us up.
It's the Joel show, everybody.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Tell people, talk to people by their fucking actual name. I'm gonna
No,
piss.
I'll bring you back around. I'm going to save. I'm going to
Yeah,
throw you a
save me.
lifeline here.
Or you can
So-
cut all this. You can cut all this.
So you're up in arms about, us not pronouncing people's name from certain cultures a certain way. It's a sign of endearment in Australia. If you were to say like, Philip, Phil, like as long as he's cool with it, I think that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
But if you had a friend called Ankor, you're not going to call him Anki or Anko.
I'm not going to go full Reggie Didge fucking bogan on him, but I'm just
No.
going to.
But it depends on what he likes. You just
Yeah.
got to do, like, if you said to me, oh, what's your name? You're from Germany. Philip. I'm going to call you Philip. I'd say, no, fuck, dude. Call me Phil.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Chill
Fair
out.
enough.
But
Chill out.
I'm not trying to say, like, you respect if her name is Endo and you wanted to say instead of Andu,
Ansu?
like, yeah, you don't butcher it, but like you don't just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, ask her what
Fair
she
enough.
wants.
I used to work with a Korean guy, and he used to call me. He couldn't call me Joel. He couldn't say. Ugh. He used to call me Jojo. And I accepted. I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, Jojo. Da-da. I was like, yeah, whatever. He called me that, and that was fine. But
I think it's got to be an agreement with the person.
I think it's
whose
just.
name it
I think
is.
it's just me being particular because I'm not sure if it's me studying acting. It taught me how to pronounce words properly, but like I say, I'm a bit of a cunt when it comes. Like I've kind of turned my back in Australia. I don't say castle. I say castle. I say
That's
you
weird.
son of a bitch.
I don't say data. I say data.
Data?
I don't
Data?
say let's go for a dance. I say I don't say let's go for a dance. I say let's go for a dance.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
We lost
no.
It's the King's
Yeah, we've
English.
lost him.
I like
Philip,
it.
Go to
click
the
that
toilet,
button
Joel.
too.
Yeah,
Go to
I
the
like
toilet.
saying that. Yeah.
Go to the bathroom.
Here's a segment
lost him.
called Phil's tits. Squishy, squishy, squishy.
And
Where is the
here's
toilet, by the way?
segment called Phil's Six Pack.
Where's the brother?
Just there. So Joel's just going to the bathroom, but we're going to build up to Sean's fun fact
Yeah,
after
so-
Joel's bathroom break.
So the fun fact, it got told to me when I was working in a wax tune shop down in Mount Buller there.
Ooh.
He said to me, the reason why we wax it is because
Wait. We're talking about waxing snowboards, the base
Sorry.
of snowboards now. We're not talking about waxing our ball sacks anymore, like before. Butt
well,
crack.
the same thing applies. I wish.
So on the bottom, if anyone that doesn't snowboard, what you wax the bottom of a snowboard?
Right.
Because I know, is that what you do?
That's right. Yeah. So you wax a snowboard in order for you to slide down the mountain efficiently and quickly, right?
Right, because it's confusing. It's counterintuitive to
That's-
Australians because we wax the top of a surfboard so that we stick to it better.
That's right. Exactly.
Whereas you wax the bottom of a snowboard so it glides better, does it? Down
Exactly,
the snow.
right.
Right.
So I found out the reason why we wax, the reason what makes it go quick and fast going down the hill with wax on the base of the board is because the wax melts the snow and it turns to water and you're actually gliding on the water, less friction, and you go quicker.
Yeah. I heard this about ice skates.
Oh.
So like the blade of skates when you're ice
Okay.
skating, it's basically the sharp edge of the blade is doing the same thing. It's melting the water and you're actually gliding on a path of
Interesting.
melted
No
water
way.
on the tip of the blade. So that's why it has to be sharp because the
Ah.
sharp edge, just that concentrated force of friction is what melts the ice. So Sean's fun fact is that the bottom of a snowboard is waxed because it makes you slide down the hill better, down the snow. And it's because the wax actually melts the snow and you're actually then gliding on a tiny, thin film of water.
Fascinating.
Interesting,
And
right?
then I
That
was
is
saying
fucking
that's the
brutal.
yeah. And that's the same with
I
ice
love
skates.
science.
That's the same with ice skates. That's why ice skates are really sharp because the
Mm.
concentrated force of the sharp edge melts the ice and you're actually gliding on water.
Can I just detour real quick? So, yeah,
That's unlike you, Joel. That's
No.
weird.
Fuck off. When I was in high school, I really got into NHL, which is National Hockey League, which is like
Yeah, I remember you
Mighty
got
Duck,
into that.
like like NHL, like
Yeah.
hockey. Canada and America, they come. Yeah, so there was a Russell Crowe movie called something River. I can't remember what it was, but it was like they were from Alaska and they had a really strong local hockey team, and they were so good, and their stats were so high with their competitiveness that a professional NHL team, the New York Rangers. So whenever you see celebrities
Okay.
going to New York, they'll always be in a Rangers game, and you'll see them. They'll have the Rangers jersey. It's like red, white, and blue, and you'll see like the fucking Tom Hollands and the Zendayas, or like Margot Robbie. There's photos of her like in the video. Yeah. So the team at the time, the New York Rangers, go and play Russell Crowe's local fucking team, and it's like sick. But however, So the town's here, and then they're like in Alaska. So there's like massive mountains everywhere and snow everywhere, and there's like a lake. It's not called Mystic Lake, or it might be called Mystic Lake, the movie. But there's a massive trail, maybe from like where we are in Beenleigh all the way to Springwood Long, like K's and upon K's of just like a frozen solid lake.
Oh, I think I know where you're
And
going with
Russell
this.
Crowe ice skates the whole way there. It's like a workout. And I wish
That's cool.
I've ice skated a couple of times and I'm dog shit at it, but like I'd love to be able, because like when you look at people ice skating, it looks so cool. They're just carving and the motion. And like I wish I had that. Like maybe that's a New Year's resolution for me, is like learn to fucking ice skate like a pro.
Here's a funny thing about ice skating. You've done it in an ice skating rink.
Correct.
So that is smooth as fuck ice. Like that machine makes that shit smooth.
Most natural ice isn't that smooth.
No. So
Like
I've
skateboarding
ice
on
skated-
gravel, you're gonna eat shit.
Well, I've ice skated on lakes in Germany when they freeze over.
Yeah.
And there's just a whole bunch of bumps and shit
Yeah, right.
on the
That's
surface. So you're just like,
dude.
it's way rougher than a,
Yeah.
like you're literally vibrating. Your body's vibrating from your.
It's too vicious at the end of the road.
That
Yeah.
sounds intense. So you
Yeah.
got to be really good at ice skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not some rookie. Just
Exactly.
I'm sorry to make the story about me, but like we can all agree ice skating looks fucking sick.
fuck yeah.
Do you know like rollerblading needs to come back, because rollerblading was fucking cool, like coming up and it's that and then going back down, you know?
It was
Bro, that
cool.
shit never left Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah.
They were still popping off down there, eh? Fucking
Acacia Ridge used to have an ice skating rink. I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but
Probably
like
still, yeah.
that'd be dope. I'd go back there. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm an adult now. I'm a bit more focused on things, and I'd probably still be
You
like,
should be able to do it. You should be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. Like it's
Are
difficult.
you pretty good at ice skating?
Yeah. I mean, I used to do it as a kid though.
This is
So,
Philip Geek, everyone.
Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so lucky.
Joel says, "Are you good at blank?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
No, I can literally, well, here's an amazing thing. Like, Phil's done most extreme things. Like, he hasn't done
Yeah,
a
but
backflip and a dirt
yeah.
bike. But Phil said, one of the most coolest things that you've ever done is like, go to Argentina and play polo on horses. That's so fucking cool. Like, you
I
remember that in
guys
the
were talking
podcast?
about that.
Bro,
yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
I can
Singing,
be-
drinking
dude,
sangria
that's
or something.
fucking
with
Yeah.
it?
We were drinking red wine. That's when I first started drinking
That's
red wine.
so
Yeah.
sick.
So I'm like a few red wines deep, and they're like, "Okay, now you guys are gonna get on the horses and play." And I'm like,
Phil,
okay.
everyone's umming and ahhing. Phil's like, okay. They're like, you don't need to flex.
He's already
with
on
I
us.
the horse
basically
with a
have a photo
glass
like
of
that.
wine.
Yeah, yeah.
on top of the horse.
Yeah, I feel like the next Phil's gonna reach a point where he's like, I can die right now, and I've done everything in my life. So like, Phil needs to start going into space and doing shit to keep him happy with life.
I need to enter zero gravity.
I
Really?
Yeah.
think you do, eh? It's only the next step.
Can you
know?
imagine?
But,
Like, can
come
you
on.
imagine being able to like? Here's what I want to do. I don't need to be the most richest, famous person in the world. Although it'd be nice to be able to
Just
take
the
care of my
second, right?
family.
Second richest,
Bezos, yeah. Is Bezos still below Musk?
probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But I'd like to reach that point where I can say, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to go into zero gravity and fucking those people who float around and spin, and they spin me and shit. Like, I'd fucking love
So
that.
we
with
were
us.
sick.
speaking about that, and we were saying like,
We spoke about that a lot.
Who the fuck wouldn't want to go to space? Turns out,
Motion sickness people.
fucking pussies. Turns out, it's real
if.
bad for motion sickness.
Oh,
Like
really?
people get really sick when they enter zero gravity,
Really?
like in the
Wow.
tummy.
I don't
like,
care
they need to vomit.
if I got like bad motion sickness. I fucking do that for sure. I just strap a bag to my face and vomit while I'm spinning.
Yeah.
It would
360, you know? Yeah.
360 backflip.
Exactly. So we've covered everyone's needs. We've covered everyone's interests this
We've
year.
got Sean's fun
See,
fact.
Danny, I feel like there's some stuff in you. I can tell in your eyes you want to say some stuff. What do you want to talk
Awesome.
about? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, whatever you like. Joel. Say
So,
something.
I say nothing.
so how is it that? Because here's the thing, right? So like Australia, we have a lot of interesting things here. Not as interesting as big monuments in Europe. So like a big thing for any Australian would be like, I've seen the Opera House, I've seen the Great Bite. What's it called? The
Great
Great
Ocean
Australian
Road.
Great Australian Bite. I've seen the Opera House.
Great
I've-
Australian Bite.
What's that?
What are
Denny,
those?
South Australia there?
Yeah,
Oh.
What?
Great
Is that what
Australian
is that what
Bite.
you were talking about?
Oh, great. What?
Great Australian Bite, right?
What is that?
What's that?
Sean, describe it.
Well, I don't know too much about it, but What?
What is the
I
Great
never-
Australian
Mention
Bite,
it.
Sean?
I
I've been here for 23 years.
Where is it, and why is it so significant?
It's in Australia, dude. It's I believe it's put me on the spot. I don't know. I've never been there. I think
I
it's
thought you had been there.
no.
Wait, let me Jamie this
Wait,
shit.
what?
All right,
Let me
I'm
Jamie
gonna-
this
Let me
shit.
get that up.
Totally spitballing here, but I believe it's South Australia.
I thought
and-
you went. I thought it was like Victorian.
I've done the Great Ocean Road.
No. Okay, Great Ocean Road. Let's
That's
talk
what
about
you
that.
were talking about.
Yeah.
That's what you were trying to say.
But what is it? What? All right, hang on. All right, let's not go deep here. But like,
have a hey.
do you know? I'm talking about a hero. Do you know the white? Do you know those cliffs? You know, UK has the cliffs of Dover.
Yes.
What is it? Those cliffs we have in Perth. Feels like
Oh,
foreign enemy.
Joel thinks I
Oh, shit.
I tensed my wow.
Do I
the
need to
light's
turn that
gone
back
out.
on?
No, it's out of juice, bro. We've
Do you
been
know-
going for an hour and a half.
True. Do you
Fuck, I'm
know
out of juice too.
Do you know that there's a cliffside in Perth, somewhere in
Yeah.
WA. It's like
Yeah.
those jagged cliffs. It's one of, if not the most oldest landmass in human history.
no, I know. Thank you.
Yeah. You know?
No,
Okay.
I've been to Perth. I've
Do you know
been
what's
to WA.
fucking? Do you know what's crazy?
Which one? If you tell me which one, I might be. there.
I need to get Jamie. You know. So
Tell me
Start
where
here,
do you
about.
know what's crazy?
Jamie's on a day off. It's the holidays.
This is a completely different topic, and I don't want to delve deep. And I know you guys will probably have your own opinion. You want to delve deep, but I just want to
Okay.
mention it.
Go.
They've looked at the genome of Indigenous Australians, Aboriginals, and they've looked at people from Africa,
Mhm.
and they're completely different. So
Is that surprising to you?
No,
Yeah.
but here's the thing,
Oh,
like,
okay.
because they've told us, and it's fact. It's not just they told us; it's fact.
we all
about-
originated from.
We all originated from Olduvai, the original dig site in
but
Africa.
we've had a long time to change our fucking genes.
Well, I mean, at some point, if you look at, I think it was Spain or
Like,
like
if you
somewhere in
think
South
about-
America, Australia's continent used to be attached to South America. That's why if you look at some of the
Yeah.
wildlife in South America, they look like wallabies. We
Yeah.
have something similar,
Yeah.
but
We've had a long time to change our genes,
But
man.
dude,
like,
like,
if you
dude-
think about even just 20 years ago, you had the flared bottom genes. Like, it's...
that's been the 1 Liter podcast. Everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Oh.
much.
Yeah.
You guys want to add anything, or
But
we...
like, come on, like genes might be different, but you can trace that shit down to the fucking,
I'm getting lost.
you know.
Okay,
But anyway, okay, so like, but here's the thing, right? Here's the
Pausa.
thing I wanted to get back to. You go to Melbourne, you go to Sydney, you got the Opera House, you got Sydney Harbour. You go
Yeah.
to Melbourne, you've got Frankston. You go to Perth, you've got that landmass that I talked about. You go to Queensland, you've got Queensland.
Queensland.
You got the Great
still-
Barrier Reef.
You got the
bro.
Great Barrier Reef in
Reef.
Cairns. Exactly right. When you go to Italy,
Yes.
what's the first 2 things I think of? Rome and the Vatican.
In the Vatican.
And you haven't been to either.
I know, and my grandparents
No.
live only 2
So
hours
tell us,
away.
tell
I
us.
2
know.
hours.
2
Okay.
hours away.
So Joel
I
told me it
know.
was half an hour, 2 hours.
Don't
Yeah.
listen to Joel.
Hey, I'm from Germany.
You
I've
told me
never...
it was half an hour.
I thought it was 2 hours.
Scorrito, Kushiga.
Sorry.
So
Hey, I'm from Germany and I've never been to Berlin.
Cool.
What?
Yeah,
Man,
I'm
I'm
from
from-
Bavaria, bro. I'm from the south.
I'm from
What?
Monza.
Monza?
Monza,
M-O-N-Z-A?
non-Milan. Monza, yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Never been to Venice. Never been to, like, the Switzerland border, just an hour away.
an hour away from
An
the
hour
Switzerland border.
away, okay?
Do you know how long I drove to get
Never
to
been
Queensland?
Literally.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know what's
we
funny?
know,
I
we
was
know.
traveling with Denny, and Denny said it's about a 9-hour drive. She's like, if we were in Europe, we'd be like in 3 countries by now.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So
Sean.
you guys actually drove from Melbourne though.
Like last.
So she actually drove from the other side of Victoria. So she
Yes.
drove from a little place called Hopetoun, which is south of Swan Hill,
yes, like
which is like
Which
help me
is
out
here in Google Maps here.
Hopton.
Don't
so
do
it's
that
like
to me, Joel.
the western
Come on, bro.
westernmost point of
Yeah,
Victoria,
I
or
did
one
that
of the
to me.
westernmost points
To Can River
getting pretty
in
big,
one
huh?
day. In
Tell me it's
one
getting big.
day.
in one day.
To come and see you.
I know.
I know.
That's some fucking vision.
you're like, yeah. Wait, so she came from Hopton.
Hopton. Hopton, the beautiful Hopton.
How long was the drive? Just
Sean,
tell us. Get down to the nitty
So,
gritty.
okay, so from Hopton, he was in Cane River, okay? Was 10 hours and 15 minutes.
10 hours and 15 minutes just to get him from Melbourne?
No. So he was in Cane River. So
Where is that?
Where is that?
Canning Vale?
Cane.
It's like
Lake
it's like
entrance.
an hour and a half, 2 hours south of the Victoria New South Wales border.
Canning
Oh.
Vale?
Okay, so
Okay.
you're up close to New South Wales border.
Yeah.
We're good.
I was
yeah.
up to close to the New South Wales border as well, but inland he was on the coast.
Yeah, okay.
See.
Hey, Phil's fun fact. I've never been to Victoria.
Oh shit!
I've been as far down as Cooma.
Who's
Which is-
Kuma?
You've been to
That's
Cooma
like-
just
like
before you get to
south
Jinnabon.
of Canberra.
Okay.
Have you been to Canberra before, bro?
Yeah.
Is
Because
it
I
sick?
used to go there for work, so that's why I went down to Cooma.
What's the Parliament building like? Is it sick?
It's pretty boring.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
The whole state, I think, is pretty boring.
So our older brother, his first time like at the front of Parliament
Yeah.
from Logan, directly from Logan, he was in a pair of stubbies.
Here's the photo here.
He had,
Joel.
Bro, we'll send you
he
the
had a
photo.
Coops bottle.
You're gonna meet
And he
my
looked like
brother
the
guy. He
biggest
looks like
bogan
Jesus. He looks like Jesus. Yeah. It's a pair of fucking Australian rugby stubbies. All right. Let's move on.
Yes.
Last question, then we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
Here's my question. I asked Phil this a long time ago in our early stages of the podcast, and I've asked every guest.
Just a lot
Just-
of crunches, man.
Yeah.
A lot of crunches, a lot of sit-ups.
Yeah.
Here's the question.
And wax that ass. Okay?
Yeah.
And laser.
My ass is a gorilla's ass.
Well, if you want to wax tonight, no worries.
Yeah,
We
if
can
you
fix
wax my
that.
ass, I did. I
can
waxed
fix
my
that.
chest once. I've got it.
Hey, if there's a chemist open, we're buying wax strips.
Oh, no,
we're doing
I
it.
already
Yeah,
have
let's do
this
it,
at
bro.
home.
Oi,
We are
oi,
already
if
full.
you
We are
hang
already
out with
on.
my brothers, we do fucked up brother shit. Like we'll light our pubes on fire. We do crazy shit. You'll
Yeah,
be all
we'll
about
wax
it.
our ass cracks.
Phil's amongst it. Yeah, Clegg,
Told
Sean,
you
you're
not to tell
like,
anyone, man.
yeah. Here's the thing, right? So like,
What's the
Oh,
question, Joel?
what's
Go
the question?
ahead.
Here's
One
my
last question.
fuck, my brain's like, my brain's like,
He's about 7 standard
He's
drinks
done
deep.
fucking half a bottle of
Oi,
wine to himself.
do you want to know the most fucked up thing about the fact
Just
that
ask
I've
the
drank
question.
13 liters of 1 liter, 13% of 1 liter? So I was like, go, fuck you, listen. I'm not that fucked.
Congratulations.
No, look.
I beg
A,
to
B, C,
differ.
D, E, F, G, H, I,
That
J,
doesn't
K,
prove
L, M, N, O,
anything.
P.
Ask the question.
Independently targeted particle beam failings.
Bravo.
Ask
Thank
the
you.
question.
All right, ready. You need to listen to what I'm saying.
Sì, ma muoviti.
All right? Listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Tomorrow.
Sì.
No. Right now, you check your bank account.
Sì.
You have $3 billion in your. Let me
Ooh.
finish. Don't open your fucking mouth. You got
Touchy. Touchy.
If let's say you had $1 million, that's
Sì.
that's a house. Half you're paying almost 3/4 of a place in Sydney, right? That's not enough. $1 million is not enough in Australia these days. $3 billion,
Sì.
that's comfort, at least if you're investing right and doing well. You've got $3 billion in your account, no taxes, no bullshit. Don't think about how it got there. It's there. It's
Sì.
yours.
Sì, thank
You don't have to worry about any repercussions. Right here, right now.
Sì.
Not 2 weeks from now, not whatever. Right now, you've got $3 billion in your account. You look at it, you cry, you ejaculate, you get past all that stuff because you hyperventilate, right? And here's the thing I want to talk about. You get $3 billion in your account right now, you'd go, you'd have a weight, you'd have a universal lifelong weight off your shoulders.
Sì.
You never have to work again. Your mother, your father, your siblings, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, they're
Your mama,
set.
your papa, nonna.
No.
They never have to
Just
work
sit-
again.
Beans, peas, potatoes, tomatoes, long. All right, so we've all established that. So, like, we're not talking about the fact that you're
You're past that. You're
you're
past
past that. All right. What is the first thing you purchase right now? We're sitting here in Beanley.
We
at
turn
Philips
the
System-
cameras off.
Yeah,
Boom. What
you've
do you
got
See?
$3
Okay.
billion.
Okay, I know.
I'll tell you right now what I'm doing.
Go.
First thing I'm doing, I'm ordering a limo, express.
Why Express?
I want it here immediately. We're not waiting 2 hours for a limo because there's not a lot of limos around Logan. We're getting a limo here express. with 2 bottles of Grey Goose and fucking tonic water. Well, I mean, no.
I'm not having any of that.
No.
I'm not having any of that.
I'll ask what everyone wants, and we'll get it right. We're instantly taking a limo to my parents, to parents and Logan. I get out the door, Mum and Dad. I got $3 million. Where are we going? Pack your bags. We're getting a helicopter. It's going to land in fucking, what is it? Where's the park near ours? Tudor Park. We're getting a Tudor Park. We're getting a Alexandra Clark Park. We're getting a helicopter. It's going to pick us up. Everyone, your parents, we're getting your fucking sister from Kedron or whatever the fuck she is. You guys, we're catching a flight straight to Italy.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Really? We're gonna miss New Year's, bro.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Oh my, no, guess
we're
what?
gonna be on a
Italy
private jet.
It's 9 hours behind.
We're gonna be
we're not gonna miss
technically
New
it
Year's.
won't
you're
be-
not
No,
gonna
no,
miss
no.
New Year's.
We're
gonna
gonna
miss
we're
New
gonna be on a private jet to Italy, or no, France. We're going to France. I want a croissant for breakfast.
Yeah, excuse me, what, Italy? No.
No, we're going to Italy.
No, I want a
Okay.
fucking pizza, bro. You can.
Yeah. No, we're
Free that
no,
shit
no,
up.
no. We're going to Italy, calzone. Oi, and here's the thing. I think a lot of the stuff we didn't mention, it's all psychological, right? Let's say I eat wheat and gluten and eggs. It affects my skin.
Then he wants a croissant.
Yeah.
But we
He wants a
discussed this.
croissant and pizza. He's going to be fine. If he has
However-
$3 billion, it'll fix him.
That's
Absolutely. I think
Now, Joel,
I think my
Stop telling us what you would do.
Yeah, so that's me. We're all flying to Italy. Whole family. I'll private jet your family to us. Your family will come. We'll have a 3-way
Get
split.
to the question.
Everyone's
Need
going
the
to be
question.
fucked. All right.
So France?
So, $3 million.
Billion. Billion.
Correct. $3 billion. So this is why I love this guy. This is why I need him.
This guy.
This
man.
guy's my conscience.
Do you know what the difference between 3 million and billion is?
Oh,
I love
tell
this shit.
them.
I love this shit.
You guys got to wait.
It's-
Tell them.
So if you had $3 billion
Sean, you would have
in
heard
your
this on one
account,
of our podcasts if you
Yeah.
went back.
if you had $3 billion in your account and you were like, oh, I want to spend the whole lot over the next 80 years, right? You're going to live for another 80 years. You want to spend every cent of it.
Right.
You got to spend $37.5 million a year.
Dude, tell him about the Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. Tell him about
Yeah,
the Jesus Christ
I'll
comparison.
tell him about the Jesus
Oh, you guys are
Christ.
going to
Whoa.
shit. Elon Musk.
That puts it into perspective,
hang
doesn't
on.
it?
Philip
Holy
Geet.
shit.
What's Elon Musk's net worth roughly?
So if I paid you $200,000, that's a lot of money, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. $200,000. If I gave that to you, you'd be like, holy shit. If I gave that to you today and then tomorrow and every single day, and you were alive when Jesus was alive, and I paid you $200,000 every single day until now, from when Jesus was alive, 2023 years, $200,000 every single day, you still wouldn't have the net worth of Elon Musk.
What?
Oh, yeah.
That's how much billions are. So
En nomine Patri e Spiritus Sancti.
do you know?
Hang on. Hold it. We don't need to know any more. $3 billion right here, right
can't-
now. You finish crying. You shit your pants. What's a
What are we
first?
doing?
Oh,
What do you-
fuck.
what do you
I'm
spend
trying
the money
to come
on?
back from that. That's something.
All
Holy
right, Phil,
fuck.
go. Phil, give you guys a check-in. Phil, what are you doing?
Next,
Same thing as me?
1 million seconds. Do you know how long that is?
1 million seconds.
What is it?
I do not.
1 month?
11 days.
11 days.
Okay.
11 days is 1 million seconds. Do you know how long 1 billion seconds is?
2 months?
32 years.
Wow.
That's
yeah.
the difference
Shit.
between $1 million and $1 billion.
This is why I
Wow.
love this guy. He's the brain, I'm the mouth.
32 years versus 11 days. Imagine how many things you could do in 11 days. Oh, that's now until, I'm working again, whatever. 32 years is how long I've been alive.
Do you know what would be
God
wait, can I just
damn.
wait, can I drop the bottom line real quick, right? We're all from Logan. We all work 9 to 5s. You're not from Logan, señorita, but you lived in Logan, so
Señorita.
you understand it, right? Señorita, yeah.
I'm not Spanish.
Signorina.
I'm Italian.
That's fine. I'll call you señorita. But
Signorina.
I feel like
That?
if we all let's say we all had $1 billion in a year, we could do everything. Maybe not everything if we were rushing, but a year is a long. What is it?
you know what,
300.
Joel?
300 and how many days in a year? 320.
65.
300. So like we could do skydiving,
Joel.
bungee jumping. We could be in every continent, every city every town, every province in the world, in Australia, in the world, we could do that in a year with that kind of money comfortably. Sure, we'd have some hairy moments. Let's say we do all that, and then we repeat that the next year, and we repeat that for 5 years. After those 5 years, you'd sit there and go,
Boring.
what the fuck am I going to do now?
Depressed.
It's
Right?
depressing.
He's describing depression from
Yeah.
being too rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
So
That's
Phil,
true.
let's cut the bullshit real quick. Because
No more bullshit.
we've reached 1 hour and 45 minutes of this podcast. It's a great podcast. You guys have been okay. The alcohol's kicking in now. You guys have been great. Phil, what are you doing? Instantly, first thing. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Three bill.
helicopter, obviously.
Wait. Where are we going?
Wherever the fuck we want.
What
We
are you
pick up all our
drinking?
friends.
What are you drinking? Cristal?
I don't know. Alcohol-free beer.
I don't think I'd adopt the alcohol-free
Really?
thing. Oh, dude, I'm a
Bro,
Right, Shaun.
I'd replace alcohol with like black caviar or
Oh
something.
fuck yeah, dude! Wait, I remember we had caviar when we were younger. I haven't had it since.
Not
I
black
remember.
caviar.
No, we had
Not the
caviar.
shit. Not the shit that's
Not the
Russian
$10,000 a
shit.
kilo. Yeah.
I remember eating caviar when we were younger. and being
Caviar?
like, this is
Caviar?
caviar, the
you know
fish
what
eggs.
does it mean in Italian? Caviar?
What?
Pussy juice?
Kind of like guinea pig. Kind of like a guinea pig.
He was trying to
It's not
find
like a
the things,
guinea
yeah?
pig. It doesn't
But
sound like perfect
Fish eggs were
translated,
great. I remember eating because we used to eat like fish. We didn't eat sheep's brain, and we used to see it, but we used to eat kidneys. Remember
We used to
eat
have liver and
kidneys?
kidneys for breakfast.
Yeah, I remember it had a very
Eggs, baked
distinct
beans,
flavor,
and like kidneys.
very distinct flavor, which is nice.
It's like something
Do you
out of
know,
animals.
Joel?
It's like kidneys. They what did they?
sheep kidneys. It was like a little. It was like this. It was like. Do you know beans? Like
Yeah.
beans. Like it was like a giant bean. It was like that big, and you'd sit there and it had a very metallic taste to
Ah,
it. It was-
fegato.
Oh, Charlie, yeah.
Figato?
Figure, it's very
You know we
irony.
still haven't got their
Good for
answer,
you,
Joel.
Yeah.
I know. Sean,
Yeah,
what are you
that was
doing?
fucking
What are you doing?
gross.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
3 billion.
Oh, 3 billion.
Just close your eyes.
All right.
Think. What do you want right here, right now? What do you want? What do you want?
I'm gonna
mute Joel.
piggyback off your idea.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm getting 2 bottles of non-alcoholic Grey Goose.
yeah.
All right.
Are we getting it? We yeah. Lit. Yeah. Yeah. And so same thing. We're going to Italy, catching up, family, everything.
Where were we going? We were going to go to France.
Anywhere.
Fuck.
But
that. we're getting.
While we're in France.
Why you don't want to come to Italy?
No,
Let him
Sean.
finish.
No. Here's the thing.
Let him finish.
I need to add on because this is the funny shit. This is gonna keep. Stop flexing every time I touch you. Every time I touch Philip, there's like a. Wait,
I don't flex.
wait.
I'm just that solid
No.
all the time.
Every time I touch Philip, he's so staunch. He's got like I'll touch him here and there'll be like a new muscle I've never seen before appear. I'll touch his knuckle. His knuckle will be like. I'll be like his nose will be like. His nose will be like. So. On my way to Italy or France, we've got 20 people on a private jet. We're all,
Okay.
we're so rich now. I've got a tailor in France or Italy, wherever we're landing, making me a Napoleonic outfit. So as soon as I arrive, I'm going to get off the plane. She'll give me a fucking Hawaiian wreath. I'll go like that. She'll suck my dick while I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to be staunched. So, what are you doing? What else?
That sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah. You got to
Alright,
trust
sure.
my imagination.
I'm getting dropped in heli skiing to fucking Italy, Italian Alps.
Okay.
Is that on mute?
It's
You
on
muting
me.
me?
Yes. I just
Fine.
muted you. Shut up.
Oh my god!
Fuck you. All right, go on.
That's what I'm doing. Just drop me in heli skiing the Italian Alps.
Danny.
Italian Alps. You want to go to the cold?
Danny.
I want to go to the
Yeah,
cold
we like
in
the
one of
cold.
those French 15th century suits.
All right, that's
Danny,
enough. That's
Danny, look
enough
at
out
me.
of you, Sean.
Look at me.
Danny.
Oh,
See.
$3 billion. Not
Bi-
million. $1 billion. You will never.
Billion.
Danny, look at me. Danny, eye contact. You will never work again. Your children will never work again. Your children's children will never work
So
again.
boring. What a boring life.
Yeah, unless you fuck
That's
up.
right.
Unless you fuck up.
What are you doing for $3 billion? Right here, right now.
Right here and okay, we said we are going to Italy, right?
see?
Okay.
No.
so,
It's your choice.
Your choice.
Yeah.
You're the one with the money
Why-
now.
where
We
we
have
going?
nothing.
Joel's one. You can piggyback off
Danny,
mine.
I
Danny.
can pick you back on Shaun.
It's not everyone's money. Let's say it's your money. You're the only person who got $3
Are
billion.
you
You don't have to
taking
share
us
with us.
you?
Well,
Would
it
you
was
take
like-
us with you?
At the start, I was going to say buy a van and travel around Australia.
No.
Because-
See,
Yes. No,
I'm single,
This is
but-
her dream, not yours.
That's
but-
too
That's
Don't. Hey,
this
hey.
is-
Sorry, guys,
Danny,
I'm
Danny's
a simple
dream.
person.
That's long run. That's long run.
But you guys talking about going to Italy? Yes, fuck yeah, let's go to Italy. Get
Danny.
my mama and
Daniela, look at me.
See,
You buying a van is long run. This is $3 billion. You need to buy a van.
This is
You can
right
buy
now.
a-
This
you
is
can-
immediately.
Danny,
like right
Danny,
now.
look at me. You can buy a fucking tour bus
okay.
right here, right now, where we are. We're sitting right now.
Okay,
This isn't
you know what
2
I
weeks,
would
3
say?
weeks in time. This is right now. $3 billion. What are you
guys-
doing right now? Right now, right now, right now,
You
right
know
now.
what? You guys talking about Italy and give you shit for choosing France and not Italy.
You're going to make us stay here and you go back home?
Now
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to the North Pole.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
shit.
Oh.
I want the snow.
Not the snow,
cold,
baby.
Are you going to do the...
Lapland.
Are you gonna,
Lapland. I want to go to
Show to
Lapland.
Lapland.
When
Lapland
does the
is
North
so-
Pole see the new year?
Let's
Ooh,
have a look.
he hit you with that cuero.
I can bring you all of you. You can all come with me, with my mom.
We're going right now.
Papa.
We're going in 4 hours. We're catching a flight to North Pole.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
what you're
if you get
saying?
it. Jet
Yeah, we're
lag?
gonna get a private jet,
If you
obviously.
get
Private jet.
jet.
Fuck
Alright.
yeah.
Thanks.
What
Go to
are we
Italy
drinking?
first,
What are we drinking on the private jet? Sean, are
Anything
you
you like.
drinking?
He likes zero if you want. You want
What am I drinking?
Zero.
Zero
Yeah, I'm
beer,
drinking-
zero wine,
I'm
whatever
drinking
you
zero.
like.
Yes, see,
Zero?
see.
But you can also have an apple. You can have anything you like. Me, I might keep going with my Sophie straight from the bottle.
Beautiful.
Straight from the bottle, classy.
You
Very good.
guys, anything you like.
Nice.
What do
Thank you.
you guys like? Beer,
I'll
I'll take
wine,
adrenochrome.
anything.
I'll take the I'll take the I'll take adrenochrome.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This has been an interesting 1 liter podcast.
Interesting.
Hey, look! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas, Happy New Year.
No, scusate. devo
Let's
dirlo.
let's finish off with a song, shall we? The song we all know.
Buon
Please,
anno,
lead us in,
ragazzi,
Danny.
buon anno.
Feliz Navidad.
Da-da-da-da. Feliz Navidad.
That's Spanish.
Feliz Navidad. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been amazing. You guys have been great. Natural.
That was fun.
Natural.
Absolutely natural.